probably go across the front.
Yeah.
Go under, go through. If you want to, give us... Yeah, go through there. Yeah.
Who won the reserves? Sorry, what was the score in there?
About 4 goals or 5 goals, was it? Carrara won by about 4 or 5 goals. What was that? Yeah. No, we're good to go if you want. Let's get going. So they're coming up for the ceremony.
Okay, welcome everyone to the home of the QFA Division 2 South live stream grand final action on YouTube, the AFL channel. Here, my name's Julian Vandendriest from AFL Queensland, and I'm joined by Brad Moore, also from AFL Queensland. Thanks to the production partners in Double Take Sports, bringing you live QFA and QFAW action here, the Division 2 South from Neptune Homes Oval at Broadbeach, a sun-bathed Broadbeach, as we just pause for the national anthem.
To them and recognise the connection to the land, waters and resources in the area now known as the Gold Coast. We pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging. I'd now like to invite everyone who can to move their laps and join our players and umpires in being upstanding for the playing of the Australian national anthem.
And welcome back. Just getting the formalities out of the way. The hairs on the back of the neck, it's starting to stand up after the national anthem. Grand final day, sun-bathed Broadbeach here, and a little bit of wind around, but should be a fantastic display of footy here in the QFA Division 2 men's grand final. Coolangatta, a dominant year in all 3 grades today, and they were just pipped in the reserve grade by the Carrara Saints earlier here, and they'll be hoping to get the chocolates in the main game today here against the Bond Uni Bull Sharks. I'm with Brad Moore. Brad, what are you looking forward to seeing, mate, today?
Oh, look, this should be a great game of football. Bond Uni have pretty much been on top of the ladder the whole year, but Coolangatta have finished the year strongly, knocking off Carrara last week to get that opportunity to come back into the grand final and go for back-to-back. But, yeah, like I said, Bond, led by Kane Ford as the head coach in his first year of senior football coaching, has done a great job with them. But just to go through the players to watch for Bond... Obviously, a couple of midfielders for Bond, and you got Nick Francis, number 10. Obviously, very classy players. Plays a bit VFL football with the Gold Coast Suns, as well as Oliver Burrows there, who's consistent and is obviously great in the contest. A couple of great outside players that Bond have to keep a watch on. Tommy Bennett, elite speed and running carry, and Ned Betts. He's a tall and rangy, but has a great mark, and he's got the ability to be that release play coming out of the back end. But just a few to watch. Looking forward to the contest between these two sides.
Thanks, Brad. Yep, and before I get on to Cooley, it's a big occasion for our men in green too, the umpires today. So the men charged with the big responsibility, field umpires Ben Cousins, Bray Agnew and Harry Heller, and the boundary Graham Anderson and Sean Lyons, and the goal umpires Christopher Boyle and Jim Kelly. Yeah, so to the Coolangatta side of things, Brad, I mentioned they're in all three grades. They're in the women after this one as well, which is a great effort from the Southern Gold Coast Powerhouse Club. And looking forward to seeing, the heart and soul Ned Lanyon, their captain, former league medalist from last year, run around. He'll be in and under straight away, along with Corey Joyce. The open spaces here at Broadbeach should suit young Corey. And a couple of dangerous forwards in Nick Dennehy and Seamus Robertson, who's kicked 60 goals for the year. But we're about to get underway in the first quarter here for the QFA Division 2 men's grand final. Umpire Cousins bounces the ball. Coolangatta will kick to left of screen. The Bull Sharks to the right of screen. And as typical in finals, the footy's pretty hot, and we'll have another ball up straight away. Ball bounce, perfect conditions here. Nice dry footy. A little bit of wind. Shouldn't affect the players too much. So ball is flicked out into the near side wing here to the clubhouse. Players going hard. Dived on the footy there. Be lucky, but no. There'll be a ball up. And a little bit of push and shove. The players just sorting themselves out.
Yeah, as you said, Jules, it's going to be hot early. Contested ball. It's going to be a bit scrappy early on. Everyone's got a bit of nerves about them, but that contested ball is going to be really important.
The big boys go up, and there's a loose ball pounced on there by the Blues, and it's kicked to the hot spot just to the 50-metre line. Good contest there, but Bond have numbers back, and we'll have another stoppage. So, yeah, Coolangatta have made a bit of a late surge to the season, Brad, with troubled by a lot of injuries this year. I think the injury list kept growing, but they've got a few back just in time, and their key players are out there. So here they go, first inside 50 of the day. Good clean hands, one take. Gets a handball out. Play on's the call. Bonder just under a little bit of pressure early on here, and that one's dragged over the line.
Yeah, and conditions aren't going to make things easy either. It's very blustery out there, so skills are going to be paramount. That team that can be cleaner with the ball will obviously be able to make hay while the sun shines. But already you can see just how physical it's going to be early on. So
boundary umpire gets things going again. Just players sorting themselves out. A lot of contested footy at the moment, as you'd expect in the decider. And of Cooley, of course, like I said, Powerhouse Southern Gold Coast Club here in Queensland, and looking to go back-to-back after an upset win over Burleigh last year. There were raucous scenes in a big come-from-behind win. So they're no strangers to the last day of the season, and Bond looking to win their first flag for quite a few years, 2019 I think, Brad.
Yeah, well, look, Cooley about to go inside 50 now with a free kick one there.
Good intercept mark there by the Bull Sharks through Hunter Booth, so that'll settle the nerves a little bit. Let's see what he can do on the, well, it's 50-metre penalty that's going to assist him get out of the furnace there, because Cooley have had all the territory early. So let's see if they can rebound off half-back now. The Bull Sharks, they come out to this near side. That's a good kick. There's 2v2. Ball's bubbling away. You can see it's a really fast track after a few showers this morning, Brad. You wouldn't know. It's a dry sort of spring track that you'd expect here at Broadbeach this time of year with a bit of wind.
Broadbeach has always been a hard surface to play on. The ball will bounce a lot today. It is softer underfoot than you probably realise, but the ball will bounce a lot.
Big Watson and Matthew Leskew for the Sharks go up in the ruck. A pretty even match up, that one. Ball's kicked straight up the chimney there and not dealt with there by the Bond player. So ball gets on the outside now for the runners. Good clean pick up there by the Blues in Nick Dennehy, who's a dangerous forward himself. He's come up to get a kick, and it looks like, no, he's given the free kick away. So holding the ball there. The Sharks just looking to maintain a little bit of possession here, but they've turned it over, and Cooley will get on the end of this. And Dennehy again involved, gets a handball out. So pretty scrappy early, no one able to retain the football at the moment. There's been a couple of turnovers. So the Blues this time, they go front and square, good deep entry. Ball hits a set of hands, but Bond look like they've got extra numbers there. Oh, a good tackle. I think the umpire's going to pay that holding the ball. So looking to exit again under pressure, and Cooley's tackle pressure has been a feature early.
Yeah, that's fantastic. As a coach, you'd love to see that at the start of the game. Your forwards putting on that forward pressure, locking that ball inside 50. But you made call, Jules, that just a couple of turnovers, both sides. And I said earlier, it's going to be paramount that if you can just keep your head early, use the ball, be efficient with the ball, because the game will settle down after about 5 or 10 minutes when those nerves disappear and everyone gets into the flow of a game of football. But this is a good opportunity for Cooley to get the first one of the game.
Here they go. Might be young Robinson there from the pocket.
He
Gets it on its way. The goal umpire hasn't moved too much. So it is. It's Seamus Robertson going in for the celebration there. And young Seamus, he was dominant this time last year against Burleigh. As I said, when the Blues had that upset win, he kicked 3 or 4 goals on that day and was very excited and got the team up and going.
He's kicked 60 goals for the year, which for a small forward, that's a fantastic. No matter what level of football you're playing at, to kick 60 goals as a small forward in a season of football, obviously it just shows the ability and the talent that he has. But a good start by Cooley. Like I said, came on the back of Bond just turning the ball over a few times between the arcs. But that should settle the nerves for the Cooley players, and we'll see how the next centre clearance takes place.
That's right. Yeah, players just looking to get an early touch of the footy and work their way into the game. But Cooley seem to have that forward territory dominance at the moment. They'll the aid of a free kick here for big Jackson Gibbs. Let's see what he does. He decides just to go long, just get it back into that hot spot. It's a good-looking kick. Young Josh Waters has just come onto the field and immediately swamped as he got that one. So let's see what Bond can do now. They try and break the line, but Cooley are just in their face at all times. But they get through now. They're at centre wing. Little low kick misses the target again, but they're going to do it with hands. Another hands, but great tackle pressure again by the Blues. Bond get it and win the ball back. But
yeah, the outside support run from the Bond players was fantastic there, coming off half-back. Maybe one too many handballs, but they didn't really have much to kick to up forward. But they've got an opportunity to go inside 50 now.
So Ned Lanyon, the captain for the Blues, just had a little 3-minute break. They need him out there as much as possible. One of the best players in this QFA Division 2 competition. So he's fresh, back straight into the engine room, trying to win his side some possession. But Bond have a chance here to get their first look at inside 50 and give their forwards a chance. So the big boys go up. Great roving there by the Blues, though. Read it well off the hand. So another ground ball. And typical grand final stuff. You don't have much time once you get your hands on the pill. You've got to make a quick decision and move it on. So here we go. They go up again. Yeah, they're reading it well off the ruckman, the Blues. Here we go now. Corey Joyce, who's no stranger to grand finals himself. Bond do well there. Young Waters tries to break out of there. He does, breaks out of congestion, gives it to the captain in Lanyon. And Lanyon pumps it straight back inside 50. The Blues have their hands on this. There'll be a flying shot at goal. Nick Dennehy, ball's coming around late. Just didn't do enough. So Dennehy, I think I mentioned earlier, one of the key forwards for the Blues, kicked over 40 goals as well this year.
Yeah, already you can see around the stoppages, Cooley are just on top at the moment. Corey Joyce in particular has started the game red hot, and their captain Ned Lanyon. But they're winning the clearance battle at the moment. That's something that Bond needs to be mindful of.
That's a better exit by Bond, a bit more deliberate. Good foot skills. They'll go up the far side wing. Here we go through Archie Prime. That's a good long kick. It's got over the back for the runners. Let's see what they can do here. And running onto that one, the Bond player, he tries a dribble kick, but the umpire said, no, that's gone out of bounds. So there'll be a boundary throw in. But good coast-to-coast work there.
Yeah, they used the ball well coming out of fullback, so that's that efficiency that I was speaking about earlier. Really good ball use. And I actually liked the idea of getting out the back. Unfortunately, couldn't keep the ball in play, but that speed on the ball, once they get halfway down the ground, looks like a dangerous part of Bond's game.
Yeah, it just looks like Bond have settled a little bit now after missing quite a few targets by foot early. That was a good chain of possession. So here they go. They handball backwards to go forwards. Good first inside 50 entry. Goes deep to the top of the goal square, but it's chopped off. Well read by the Blues.
That's Corey Joyce again. He's doing well both ends of the field, playing through the midfield.
Changes angle again. The Blues just trying to plot the dots through here to make their way out of defence. So they play on. And ball hits the wing position, but there's been an umpire's free kick, so the Blues get that one. They chip it, they move quickly along the scoreboard side of the ground. But good body work there. Good body work there by Bond to win the footy back.
Oh,
no. Okay, well, that's been deemed in the back, so the Blues will get one there and retain possession. So good running, good work rate there to run into that hole. Jackson Gibbs for the Blues. Way too far at the score. He'll look for either a short or top of the goal square here. Let's see what Gibbs. He goes for a short. Goes to... Oh, don't think it recovered the required distance anyway, so Bond to get this out. And fortunate there. That falls in the lap of...
Just need to be patient here. There's not much ahead of the ball.
Yeah, Miles Enders here, the chief goal kicker this year for Bond, so he's got a good early touch there. They bring it back through the middle. That's a good deliberate lead. Just misses the target. It's running away. So does well with first touch. Gets a handball out, but that pressure, the feature of the Blues game so far, just locks it up and forces a stoppage. So that was probably a better build-up, Maury. We're coming back through the middle and a bit more space for the forwards to lead into.
Yeah, they did well. You had Miles Enders out there, took the mark, and he just had to slow the possession of the ball. But Burrows Cheng, he started really well for Bond also at the moment.
So ball in dispute here. Players flying in. Good tackle again by the Blues. They're sticking nose. Good outlet, release, run out of the stoppage by Gibbs. He's been good early as well. Hits his target in Dennehy, who had a shot earlier. So Dennehy's going to pump this long and deep to a one-on-one. It's a great, well-weighted kick, but well done by the Bond player just to get a hand on that. But there's going to be a snapshot, a flying shot at goal. It'll go across the face there for the Blues. So sigh of relief for Bond.
Yeah, so at the moment you've definitely got a dominance from Coolangatta in at the stoppages. Their contested ball is probably just a little stronger than Bond Uni at the moment, winning it at the coalface, and they're able to get the ball moving with a bit more freedom going forward as well. So there they had one-on-one contests ahead of the ball. Bond just need to get a little bit better around that contest.
Yeah, that was the vice-captain, number 6 for Bond. Will King with that timely fist probably saved a goal there in the end. So
great mark by Betts there.
Yep. So a little bit under siege, the Bull Sharks at the moment.
Just need to lower their eyes, Jules. They've got a lot of numbers behind the ball, Corley. They're sweeping back well defensively. This change of play could open it up for Bond, though. They've got 3 players forward of the ball. They just need to put speed on it now.
Yep, no, right idea. Instead of just going up the line, so they've come out to the near side. They've chained a couple of possessions. Let's see if they look to go inboard again and get out of this pocket. That's missed the target, though. Ball hits the deck, although they pounce on it, the Bull Sharks. There's a scrappy kick going forward that's dealt with by the Blues. Comes back out to our commentary side wing. Off a couple of sets of hands. Ground balls here, well done. Gets it back out in the space. Big contest here. Great clash. Cooley lock up with a couple of tackles, but they're out now, Bond. Next kick's the tricky one. And the Gatta have a couple of numbers back, so they deal with that. Again, that's Jackson Gibbs, who's been super important across half-back and intercepting, marking and hitting targets across there. This time he goes by hand, does the old... Well, but the next handball's one too many and puts his player under pressure. But
yeah, great tackle there by Spiden. Great forward pressure by the Bond players there because Cooley had all the numbers. But that's the issue at the moment for Bond, just across half forward, breaking down, not being able to get the ball deep inside 50 at the moment.
Big Lachlan Watson working hard for the Blues in the ruck. But, good contested mark there. It's a rare inside 50 for Bond so far, but they've made this one count and they'll get their first opportunity to score.
That's Miles Enders there. That was a great contested mark. Just to go back now and steady for Bond. Like I said, they've been doing well. They've obviously withstood the pressure from Coolangatta. Coolangatta dominating the territory battle at the moment and also around the contest. Bond just struggling across half forward and getting these opportunities inside 50, but this will settle the nerves for the group.
Tricky shot with the wind sort of blowing across the face. Enders comes in.
That's a
nice strike, but yeah, the wind's just blown that back to the near side. So with Enders, 48 goals this year, Brad, one of the key forward targets for the Bull Sharks, and some VFL experience this year with the Suns VFL, originally from the Sandy Dragons area around in Melbourne. So he knows how to play the game, young Enders.
Yeah, so by now the players have settled into the groove of the game. They know it's a contested game. They know it's hot. They know there's a lot on the line. But both groups, you can just see now, they've settled in. The nerves are pretty much gone. They're in the thick of the game now. I just want to see Bond just around these contests to get first hands on the ball a little bit more.
Big boys get the ball moving to the mids and wrapped up immediately. So yeah, still a sustained pressure. It's pretty hot in the kitchen. Mids have got to be pretty sharp and get that first touch, get the ball moving. And Cooley been really good at that so far. Ball hits the deck again. Nice and physical stuff, as you'd expect, nothing less in this QFA Div 2 South Grand Final.
Yeah, a lot of numbers around the contest, but it's one-on-one all over the ground now. So no easy ball to be won.
Yeah, both these two clubs, no strangers to finals footy. But Bond this year seem to have spent most of the year on top of the ladder. So going in warm favourites, the three times the teams have met this year, Bond have come out on top by an average of 5 or 6 goals. So, but as we know, finals footy is a different caper. Whoever turns up with the right stuff on the day can make things happen in their favour. So here we go again, more contested footy. Young Riley Weir in there, the youngster, does well, but Bond get a quick kick out, and it's dealt with well done there by the Blues. Cross back, they're holding up well across there, Maury, just intercepting.
Yeah, they are, but you can see Bond is slowly starting to get better at that contested ball now. They're getting the ball to the outside, which I think that's their most dangerous part of their game. If they can win the ball in close and get it to the outside quickly with their handball, they'll be dangerous.
So that's young Riley Weir again. Yep, number 71, getting that ball going. Weir played as a 16-year-old last year in the grand final for Cooley, and backing up again this year. So 2 grand finals in the QFA. By the time you're 17, it's not a bad effort. But Brad, as you said, with that bit of play, the Bond were able to hit a target at the top of the 50 there, and they'll get their second shot at goal. Yeah,
use the ball really well there. Great lead coming out of full forward again. But it's that outside ball. That's where it looks like Bond will be at their most dangerous if they get the ball on the outside and able to use their run and carry.
So this will take his best effort. We saw the last ball swing from left to right, so he's gone to school on that. He's aimed for the left goalpost and brought it back beautifully. He's obviously watched that first shot from the Bond player Enders a couple of minutes ago, and he's flushed that one straight down the middle from outside 50.
His first shot on goal was quite a good kick, and that one was no different, but that one a little bit more accurate. But like I said, great ball movement by Bond there. They look very dangerous when they link up with their handball and they get their ball on the outside. Cooley have been looking strong through the contest. They've obviously got some bigger bodies in the middle, and they try to burrow that ball going forward. But now Bond are on the board. It's going to just settle those nerves for them all.
Yep, they've worked their way into the contest, Bond. It was first 5 to 8 minutes was all Cooley, but don't really have the reward to show for it. The score reads Bond 1 goal 1-7 to Cooley 1 goal 2-8, just the 1 point ahead. So here we go again. Big boys go up in the middle. That one sharked well by Bond. So they're having some good time with the footy here, Bond. They get this one forward, but good defensive work there. Just a hurried kick. Goes up in the air. Might prove all right. Good overhead mark there by young Josh Waters. Waters, son of former AFL player and coach Scott, who's got the running duties, I believe, down here for Cooley. Cooley also coached with AFL experience by Piers Hanley, his first year at the top job at the Cooley Blues. So, but here we go. Bond, just settled into that game now after a little bit of a shaky start. They're looking to come back through the middle, and that's a great kick, well-weighted kick there to Oliver Burrows-Chang, you spoke of earlier. Is pretty dangerous player, Brad. So here they go. There'll be a snap, top of the goal square. Cooley will have to be good. The umpires called a free kick, so there's some holding. Got caught behind the Coolangatta defender there and just put the arm over the shoulder. Yeah, you've got young Jed Cowald here, played it really well in front. But again, that ball movement going through the middle, it was a great kick going inside the corridor to Burrows-Chang, and he plays on to Nick Scott. And Nick Scott's always been a great ball user, even when he was playing quaffle football. And now Bond look like they've just got the dominance in the game at the moment. The game's being played in their half of the ground. Again, they've won the contested ball a little bit more through the stoppages, so starting to really work their way into the game. Yeah, that ploy to come back through the middles really presented some good clear opportunities for the forwards. So Enders on the end of a couple, and but it was that kick that went back into the corridor. Burrows-Chang has been fantastic so far for Bond. He's been a real shining light through that middle, combating against the Cooley midfielders. But again, the outside ball is where Bond look at their most dangerous. But they're winning the territory battle now. So Watson for Cooley and Lescue for the Sharks. Go at it. That one's halved. Ball hits the deck. Ground level players pounce on it, and that will have a reset there. The Blues just haven't been inside their territory for a while now, so they'll want to flip the script there. Have another reset. Lescue and Watson go up. There's a free kick this time. Watson will be the recipient of that. Let's see if he goes the short option or he bombs it in. He'll bomb it long, the left footer. And the Blues, great contested mark there across half-back. That's Ned Betts. That is a fantastic mark on half-back. Yeah, just had to sit under it and vice-like grip, and they've come back through the middle here, Brad. That's as good a kick as you can get. Now they look on now. They look like they want to take on that corridor. He's played on. So Burrows-Chang again. That's good deep kick. He's been busy early. Contested across the 50 arc there, and that'll be held up. So, they've just got their foot skills settled into the game a bit, Brad. That's been the difference in the last 10 minutes. They start to use the ball a lot better now, and they're going through that corridor. They're really aggressive with their ball movement. Rucks go up again. Now the Bull Sharks are just getting on top of ground level as well now, so that's creating opportunities for the forwards. So we'll have the fourth shot at goal in the recent part of this quarter. Yeah, Flynn Ayton there got the clearance, but like I said earlier, that the Cooley started really well and they were winning the contested ball at stoppages, but Bond have really stepped up in that area now. Quick ball movement forward, and you had a free forward. Not sure how he was on his own 30 metres out. I think this is number 9, Jack Avage. That he's done the right thing. He started out to the left, but that one that time it didn't come across. So just the one behind. Bond enjoying just a little period of dominance here. Let's see what Cooley can do if they can go coast to coast. This is Tom Allison across half-back with the footy at the moment. He'll go back the other way. They won't want to muck around with it too much in these blustery conditions across half-back. So all of a sudden they got a couple of loose. There's a 2-on-1 here if they can. Oh, a good fist in there by Sam Bowen there. Just put an end to that little play coming up the wing by Coolangatta. So good defensive work there by the Bull Sharks. Yeah, Cooley tried to change the direction of the ball because they were blocked out on this near side. But full credit to Bond, the way they were able to cover the ground there and get that spoil in by Sam Bowen and reset at a stoppage. Lescue and Watson. Watson gets the big juke to that one. Gets it rolling forward. Whoa, strong bump in the side. That was legal. And Bond have just upped the intensity as well with the pressure on Cooley here, so they win the ball back. They pounce it forward. Cooley should be able to deal with this. They've got a couple, but although the bounce eludes them, enables Bond to get the handball back. Next kick's important inside 50 and hits the target. So well done there, Bond, winning the ground ball again. Getting it on to Matthew Smith, who's experienced campaigner too, Brad.
Yeah, Tommy Bennett there. That's a great kick. He could have just blazed away. Grand final day, some players lose their minds a little bit and want to just have that glory shot on goal, but he lowered his eyes. He saw a free target, get a nice set shot on goal, but their ball movement now is really the difference between the two sides.
Yeah, so the tail of the tape here in the first quarter of the QFA Division 2 Grand Final as Matthew Smith comes in, trying to put his team a little bit further ahead at the first break. So he comes in onto the right foot. He's popped that up with the breeze, and the breeze has done too much, just misses to the far side. So, like I said, it was a tale of two halves to that quarter, Brad. So Bond will go in ahead, 2 goals, 3-15, 7 points ahead of Coolangatta, 1-8, and Coolangatta had all the running.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game, looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked.
Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy!
It's footy for me.
Okay, welcome back to the home of the QFA, Division 2 South, the live stream here on the AFLQ YouTube channel. You're with Julian Vanandries here and from AFL Queensland, and as well for the experienced campaigner, former Quaffle Premiership coach Brad Moore. Thoroughly enjoyed watching the first quarter and calling that tale of two halves with Cooley off to a flyer and the pressure was up. They were ready to go. But the Bull Sharks at second half of that first term just working their way, enjoying some time of possession, cleaning up the foot skills and finishing that quarter dominant. So the Bull Sharks lead to the tune of 7 points. So nothing in this. It's been a real true grand final with a lot of tackles and contested footy. Let's see how this second quarter pans out. We'll have to redo that bounce there. Jack, hopefully the second quarter goes better than that.
Yeah, but just early on, I think Burrows Cheng for Bond was fantastic, along with Tommy Bennett. And for Cooley, I thought Corey Joyce started the game really strongly, as well as their captain, Ned Lanyon. Askew and Watson go up in the ruck. They've been working tirelessly. Hardly had a break out of there, the big boys. So here they go. Smith, who was busy early in the forward line for Bond in the first. So they go forward straight away. Oh, some bodies nearly collide there, but the Blues do the handball, the old 1-2, pounced upon immediately. And we'll have a ball up just on the outside of the 50 of Bond's goals. So the Rucks go at it again. Cooley get that ground ball there. Yeah, so Bond just that second half of that first quarter getting on top in some key areas. Possession, ground ball, stoppage, all started to get their game going. So Coolangatta in the end enjoyed when that quarter time siren went and they could regroup and fix up their structures. So yeah, when they handball the ball, Bond, they look really dangerous. They flick the ball around in close and they, again, trying to get the ball to the outside to move the ball in free space. They do look like the dominant side at the moment. Connor Robertson brings the ball back in for the Blues. You're normally a good user by foot. Young Riley Weir, the speedster out there, the 17-year-old. Premiership player as a 16-year-old, as I mentioned earlier. Coolangatta seem to have, just that good blend of youth and experienced players. Pretty good at promoting their juniors. So good crowd have turned out here for the QFA Division 2 Grand Final here at Broadbeach. Plenty of vantage points, plenty of marquees up on the far side. Looks like a good Coolangatta contingent on the far wing. The Bull Sharks seem to own the pocket to our left of screen. Rucks go at it again. This time Bond are on the end of it. A dangerous kick to the hot spot there. Cooley will have to be clean here and not overrun the ball. A little kick off the ground. And that one's going out of bounds again. So as I mentioned, Brad, Bond have come into this game as heavy favourites with the 3-0 record against the Blues. But as I mentioned as well, the Blues have been riddled with injuries. They've had a long injury list through most of the season, so probably not a true indication that the Bond haven't played them at full strength, which they are close to today. So just in a bit of a holding pattern here. Both teams ramping up the pressure after that quarter-time break. Yeah, just on that, Jules, I think what that is, Bond has been consistent all year, sitting on top of the ladder. Kane Fuller's done a great job. But Cooley, they've had a big, strong second half of the year once they've got those players back. So this is going to make for a really tight contest all day today. Smith again. It's been busy. Wheels around onto the left. Good spoil there. So balls, it's a great spoil to the aid of his running player in Jordan Frew from Cooley, but the handball goes to the ground, so Bond are going to win this back. Crashing in hard at the ball. Here they go. The next kick is an important one to the top of the goal square. There's a 2-on-1 though. Cooley should have this sorted. They do. So well done there by Ben Guthrie. Did well to assist his teammate there and went off his man. So this looks like Riley Weir again on the left foot. He's got young legs and can run. So this one's going to get over the back. Bond will have to be clean here. Play on's a call. Little soccer off the ground. It's a bit of a chaos ball. It might end up... Oh, great work
rebounding that back. But no, it's a free kick. The Bond player came beeline the ball, and I'm not sure it was deliberate, but the umpire's deemed he's hit the Cooley player highs, and they're giving away a 50, which is silly.
One umpire's given 50 and the umpire has
reversed it.
So I'm not too sure what happened there, but I thought Wyatt Bacon did a great job. Came off his man and put the pressure on. Might have got the Cooley player a little bit high there in Jordan Frew, but the ball has been reversed and now Bond have an opportunity to counter-attack.
Yeah, that's a big one to reverse too. Cooley looking for their second goal after Bond have been on top, and Pierce Hanley, coach, won't be happy with that, but great tackle there. That'll be a reverse of possession there. That looks like Robinson. Great tackle there from the forward. So they win the ball back, the Blues. They go out to young Weir again, who's been busy, the youngster. He's played at Coolangatta since a young kid. He's pumped this one. It's a good kick to the lead, but Bond have 3 numbers back, and I think it's a push in the back, or it's a...
Yeah, the fullback didn't need to do that. He had his hands square in the back and gave a big shove to the full forward there, and rightly called by the umpire. Could see that was a blatant push in the back. But I like young Tommy Bennett, but he got caught there on half back. He had the opportunity to run and carry off half back. Probably saw nothing up ahead and probably tried to do a little bit too much. And in full credit to Cooley, they were able to put the pressure on, lay the tackle, and now they've got their opportunity to almost square the ledger. So
Scott Reardon has it, Brad, here. That's going to be... with that win, that's sort of pushing the ball across the face here. Let's see how he goes. It'll have to be a good kick. He's going to go the traditional drop punt. Looks like a right footer. It's just gone across the face. And yeah, that push in the back, and when you're pushing a play into a contest, is dangerous. They're trying to stamp that out. We've got a decision here from the field umpire. It looks like Cooley are going to get another shot. Something off the ball.
Yeah, look, in games like the grand finals, umpires are looking for the little bit of niggle that happens off the ball. Not too sure what happened there. Didn't really see it. Can't say that it did. But this is an opportunity for the captain, Ned Lanyon, to go back and get a 7-point play.
This is Lanyon. Had a big game last year to get his team over the line against Burleigh, and he doesn't need too many opportunities. He's just caressed that one over from 30 out directly in front. So, like I said, Cooley missing that opportunity before, be kicking themselves, reversing a free kick right in front of goal, but it was the Seamus Robertson tackle to win the ball back across half forward, and then probably a bit of undisciplined stuff by Bond to gift that goal to the captain in Lanyon.
Yeah, it was a kick from full back, so Bond had possession of the ball. Kane Ford won't be happy. He probably hasn't, not too sure what happened there either, but Bond need to put it behind them now. It's happened. It's gone on. They just need to... They're still the dominant team at the moment. They just need to get their head back in the game.
So still ahead, Bond, just to the tune of 2 points. It's tightened right up. And Watson and Lescue again go at it. It's a good even match, that one. So players pounce on the ground ball. That's first to that was Jake Bradley for the Blues. Gives it back to the umpire. The boys go at it. It's a bit of a wrestle match. Again, it's not a lot of time. Lescue gets that one down to his mids. Smith's been good, and that was a crafty handball out to a runner in Burrows Chang. So Smith, the old 1-2, gets it back, kicks it out to space. Good ground ball there. They go back inside with hands. Good pressure from Cooley. Force the error, but it's dribbling along inside Bond's 50-metre arc, and pressure brings that out into the boundary line.
Again, that outside ball, that outside run into space is where Bond look at their most dangerous. I'm really impressed with Burrows Cheng at the moment. He's probably the dominant midfielder. Winning clearances, setting up the outside run for Bond. Probably one that Cooley need to put a watch on.
And Smith's been good too. Smith, crafty player. Lovely handball to release his Burrows Cheng on that occasion. So there's a Coolangatta play a bit slow to get up. That could be in the back. No, play on's a call. Cry of ball from the crowd there. Crowd haven't got right into it yet. We'll see that there's Smith again, who I speak of, and Burrows Chang. So they're a handful at the moment. Flying shot at goal, but
they got the free kick.
Yeah, they're going to bring it back and not pay the advantage there.
But forward pressure from Bond Uni there, fantastic. We're keeping that ball locked in. Probably a dangerous handball coming out from Cooley back into the corridor rather than to the outside. But this is an opportunity to get that goal back that they gave away not too long ago. I think this is Nicholas Francis, the vice-captain.
Vice skipper, so we'll see what the wind does up this end, Brad. So the vice-captain, Francis, comes in. He's on the long run up. He'll kick it from about 45 directly in front. Puts it up. Coming back. It's come back beautifully from the right to left. So that's got Bond Bull Sharks up and going again, like you say, Brad, just making up for the undisciplined stuff that gifted Cooley a goal a minute ago.
Yeah, that's a great finish. He's obviously allowed for the breeze, and it's come back nicely. But beautiful kick there by Francis. But again, the forward pressure, locking the ball in, all stemmed from getting the ball into the front half from that clearance in the middle. And again, the ball on the outside for Bond is probably their one-wood, and it's something that Cooley are just struggling to stop and limit.
Yeah, entertaining affair here. Goal for goal at the moment. 3-2 to the Bull Sharks.
That's what you expect grand finals, isn't it, Jules? It's going to be tight. You'd expect it to be tight for the majority of the game.
Yeah, the two best teams, the top four were really strong and stood out this year, weren't they, with Burleigh and Carrara as well in this QFA Division 2. So Cooley get a little bit of time forward to Dennehy. Comes off hands. Play on's the call. The Blues get a little chain of hands to Robinson. Puts it up, and the Bond player deals with that one beautifully.
That's a good mark there.
That's his Ned Betts. You mentioned him earlier. Brad, good hands. He took a good grab up the other end against the wind as well. So here we go. Betts streams away, lopes away, and a little slight push hand in the back there, but that's okay. The umpire allows that one, and the Blues will come back in. They'll pump it inside 50. Bond get players back. There's a nest of Bond players, but they can't deal with it. Ball hits the ground. Oh, it just hits the base of the goalpost. So a flying left foot snap.
That was Dennehy, I think, out there. That was a fantastic shot on goal from the boundary line.
It was. He gave it every chance. But as we say, the wind's just pushing that ball from left to right across the face. It's a hard end to score it. But Blues, they're right in this contest, up to their ears in it. So they apply a bit more pressure here for Bond on the exit. And Bond can't deal with it. So they'll get this back. Young Waters uses his wheels there. And that's chopped off again by Bond. So a bit of ping pong at the moment. Burrows Chang's been busy as usual. Yeah, and they can't complete the mark there. So another contested situation. But they get out through a nice release handball. So Bond, they'll go forward to the top of their 50. And Coolangatta in the box seat to mark this. Play on's a call. Couldn't mark it cleanly. So we have a one-on-one situation now. The Blues are able to deal with it. But forced onto his wrong side. And that'll be a mark or free kick. Pushing it back from Watson. But so he wheels around. Tries to put it to the hot spot. It's a great looking kick. Play on. That's Smith. Off hands, the crafty. I said how crafty he was before. He's read that better than anyone and received a crumb and one touch, snap goal. So Bond with the last two, Brad.
Yeah, fantastic. But again, their pressure there. Once they got that ball inside 50, they filled up the front half of their ground, and Cooley weren't able to clear the ball. The pressure coming out of 50, rush kick, a great mark over on the far side there, and put the ball to the hot spot. And as you said, Smith was able to go back and crumb the ball and kick the goal. But it's that outside. It started from the wing, off half back. That forward handball got the ball moving forward, and then to the forwards' credit for Bond, they're able to keep that ball locked inside forward 50, making sure the exits for Cooley were covered off. And had a repeat inside 50, and as all coaches want is that if your ball goes inside, you want to make sure you can get it back inside as quickly as possible when it exits. So Bond right on top now.
Just capitalising on that opportunity there, Smith. He's an experienced campaigner, so he'll be up and about after that one. So here we go. The Ruckmen go at it again. Burrows Chang's just in everything at the moment. On the left, not his best effort. Ball goes straight up. Play on's the call. Chang gets another touch. And Smith again. Great little handball there. Playing it's straight to the top of the 50. Coolangatta get their hands on this one. They come out to the commentary side. And they'll just need to settle down, have some time in possession. They're under the pump here, the Blues. And Ben Guthrie has it. He'll just probably go straight up the line. So it's a good kick up the line, but yeah, Bond had their name written all over that one. Read well in the air from Hunter Booth. Booth looks to come inside. Bit of kick tennis at the moment. Great mark over the back, not paid. Ball over the boundary, so we take a breather.
Yeah, Cooley just need to slow the game down a little bit now because Bond have got the ascendancy, and you've mentioned him a few times. Burrows Cheng is really dominating around the ball now.
The big boys go at it. Watson and Lescue. A good ground ball there by the Coolangatta player in Allison. That was good work. Lanyon, the captain, just hurried with the kick, and that one's chopped off by big Josh Lanham. They go backwards. Bond, they'll just have to be careful with this one with the swirly breeze around. Bit of composure is required. They do well. They go across on this wide Neptune Holmes oval using the space. And young Josh Waters does well, outpoints his opponent there.
Probably needed to go a little faster there. He had loose players inside 50, held the ball up, which they're doing all right now, just on what we would call the launch pad. But opportunity here, but Bond have got great numbers behind the ball.
So good deliberate lead there by Seamus Robertson, who kicked the opener of the day. And like I said, this time last year against Burleigh, was on fire, kicking 4 or 5 for the Blues to get them over the line in the upset win. So, yep, looking to go back-to-back, the Southern Gold Coast powerhouse, the Coolangatta Blues, and the Bull Sharks. They seem to be in the prelim or the grand final most years, but they haven't actually won the flag since 2019, Brad. They'll be looking to break that drought. But Coolangatta are involved in all 3 games today, not getting the chocolates in the reserve grade, and they'll be involved with the women after this one. So, as we have a stoppage just inside the Blues forward 50.
Yeah, an opportunity here in the forward 50 for Cooley to hit the scoreboard. Great crumb.
Good. He's hit that pack perfectly and put it away, and they get around him. That is fantastic by Jordan Frew. He just hit that packet pace and read it beautifully, and one touch, and as customary, kick a goal, he comes straight off. Oh no, he's been waved away. He's going back out there.
But hey, as a coach, if you're the offensive coach there, you couldn't be more wrapped with a stoppage goal. But Kane Ford won't be too impressed that they weren't set up well in front of the stoppage there, and it was allowing the Cooley players free run to run into that open goal. But that keeps them in touch. Only 1 goal game, but. What's something that they obviously needed, Cooley, because you just thought that Bond was starting to dominate every part of the game, but they've kept themselves right in it now, Cooley.
Yeah, definitely one against the flow for the Blues, but they've been able to kick 2 this term, which is good. It is goal for goal action at the moment as the big boys get us started again. Ball hits the deck. And the Bond player just bumped off it as he tried to pick it up. He does well. He beats 2 Coolangatta players. That was Oscar Pledge. So he gets a scrappy-looking kick inside 50 around the pocket. And Smith takes it over. Experience. Didn't drop the footy, just wrapped it up and taken over in the pocket for the Bull Sharks. Both benches just trying to get their structure right. Here we go. Grabbed out of the ruck and no free kick.
Got one player here for Bond just sitting off here, Ned Spiden. So in a dangerous position just outside the 50.
Well, if this goes out, it might be a spot of bother with insufficient intent. We'll see what the umpire decides. No, we'll...
I was with you then, Jules. I thought he's kicked that straight towards the boundary line.
In AFL level, that would be paid every day of the week, but the little bit more lenient here in the QFA Division 2. So the boundary umpire will have to apply his trade and throw it up to Watson and Lescue. They do a good job. It's been a good battle, that one. Just comes off a foot and will... Oh, there's a bit of a late tackle there and right in front of the Bond bench, and they don't like it. They remonstrate. I think there'll be a free kick. Umpire Cousins has paid it. Yeah, paid a free kick to Nicholas Francis, the vice-captain, who was dealt with a little bit unceremoniously after the ball went out over the boundary line. So let's see what the vice-captain Francis can do. He kicked one earlier. Here he goes. Puts it inside 50, but well done there by Allison. Again, has had a good quarter. That's young Jake Weir, and this got over the back. It was a scrappy kick, but it's turned out all right. And it's a foot race now because Jordan Frew has popped it through. He read that beautifully. He ran from the far wing, and there was nothing pretty about that, Brad, but they just got it forward. And it came in along the ground, and Cooley were the first to react.
Yeah, you're right, Jules. It was just about getting that ball moving and getting that forward momentum. Nothing pretty about it, but Frew has been really dangerous. He's kicked the goal just off the stoppage a moment ago, and he's kicked another one there. Got out the back. As soon as he saw that ball moving forward, he took off from the far side of the ground, and the ball just, again, Cooley did well just to keep the ball moving inside that forward 50. So full credit to them. When Bond looked like that they were starting to dominate the game, Cooley have fought their way back into it with those two quick goals.
Yeah, just an opportunistic one, that one. And doesn't matter how you get them, you mark them down, and that's a valuable goal. So Cooley kicked 3 for the term. They're right back, got themselves steadied, and after a good start, they've steadied right back into the contest. So here they go. They win the ground ball here through Corey Joyce, the smooth mover, the quick feet. And that one doesn't hit the target, but the captain Lanyon's he'll have to be quick. That kick fortuitously, a 15-metre torpedo lands on his teammate's chest. So here we go. The next kick's the tricky one. Probably a little bit too far at the score for young Riley Weir. He just pops it up at the top of the goal square. It's a dangerous one to deal with, but well done by Bond. Big number 46, Ned Betts, who's been solid down there.
Yeah, so at the moment they've got the bit of the momentum Cooley have, and now it's up to Bond just to steady the ship a little bit and maintain possession.
And it's been Cooley's smalls, not talls up forward, Brad, that have been the dangerous with Jordan Frew, number 7, 2 goals for the quarter. So as this one rolls out of bounds, Bond are going to get the free kick. Number 8, Miles Enders, the leading goal kicker for the Bull Sharks. So beautiful kick, honours the lead there. Coming up, it's the next one's the important one. So they go forward, Bond through Pledge. Pledge pops it up, and Coolangatta deal with that one pretty easy.
Yeah, probably not the greatest kick going inside 450. Probably looking more to go to the top of the square there into a more dangerous position. Came off the boot a little bit off, but now they've got an opportunity. There's a stoppage here, locking the ball inside their front end. It can't be long to go in this quarter. Getting the next goal will be vital going into half-time.
Ruckman go at it. Bond will get first look at this one. Let's see what he does. Pledge again. It's an ugly-looking kick, but that can be dangerous. Wayne grabbed 2 bites at it. Good spoil, though. They'll need to wrap this one up. He took him on there, but umpire lenient and decides to throw that one up. So just letting the game go. The umpires are doing a great job at the moment. Not plucking out free kicks willy-nilly. They're letting players earn their kicks. So again, he managed to get the handball out there. So well done. That's young Allison, the man of the moment, that's kicked 2 this quarter. Attacked that one hard. So through the legs of the Bond player there. Cooley going hard through Joyce. Young Waters involved again. He's taken high. The umpire on the wrong side of that contest. Play on's the call. Important one-on-one here with not long to go in the quarter. So saved by the boundary line there for the Blues was Isaac Ruff.
You just feel like the pressure's just picked up again. I think they've seen the scoreboard. It's only a 1-point game. Yeah, we're in only to the first half, but the pressure's just picked up for both sides at the moment. Yeah,
it has. A goal either way could be massive here before the break, just for momentum. And that one, the Ruckman do a great job. Good tackle there, Smother. You've just got no time with the ball at the moment, so Corey Joyce will probably the best user in the team. Let's see what he does. If he goes short, just tries to... They'll be happy with this quarter, the Blues. If they can go in 1 point to the advantage, they'll be more than happy at the break against the top side. Bond Reardon goes up, crashes the pack. Ball comes off hands and dribbles out of bounds. So smart kick there by Joyce. Some VFL and NEFL experience.
You're right there, Jules. They've done well to get themselves back into the game in this second part. So we said in the first quarter it was a game of two halves. Cooley started the game really well, and then Bond finished the first quarter. It's been the opposite. Bond had probably the momentum in the first half of this quarter, and Cooley are finishing at the strongest.
So shallow throw in, and the Coolangatta player was first to react, but goes out of bounds. So that was Nick Danahy. Danahy, one of the leading goal kickers for the Blues. He's been well held this quarter. It's been the Smalls that have done the damage for the Blues.
So both teams wouldn't want to give up a goal this late in this quarter. Go in at half-time, a one-point game, pretty much all even. That's how both teams would prefer it to go.
Burrows Chang again involved there. He's been a prime mover as usual for the Bull Sharks. Such a strong body, hard to move off the ball. Clean hands. So we'll have another throw-in on the commentary side, clubhouse side of Neptune Homes Oval. Oh, a little drag across the neck there, and yep, we could see that clearly, that free kick. But Dennehy's going to get involved here. See what he does. It's a tumbler. It can be dangerous. Reardon gets his man out of the way, just didn't complete the mark. So it's hacked out of there. See if the Blues can keep this in. They can't. So like I said, Brad, if one goal just before the siren will give either team that momentum just going into the rooms, won't it?
That's right, it will, but that's why both teams will probably be preferring to lock the game down now, leave the score as it is. Obviously, Cooley have got a bit of an advantage in the front end of their ground, but both teams not wanting to let the other score a goal to finish this half off.
Good fist there from the big Coolangatta player there, Max Scales. Got the ball. So probably a little 1%er.
In this last 10 minutes, Jules, I just feel like it's got back to a contested game, which has suited Cooley a lot more than Bond. When the Bond able to move the ball a little bit more freely, that's when they look at their best. But Cooley have made it a little bit more of a contest now.
Dennehy doing the ruck work, and Watson a little break. So Burrows Chang gets on the end of that one. The handball goes to grass though, and he goes back in again. He gets a free kick with the advantage played. Off to the races. Sam Bowen has it. This next kick, can someone mark it for the Bull Sharks? It's nearly completed the mark with the Coolangatta play. He follows up with a great tackle to wrap things up there. So good little passage of play. Burrows Chang getting his team forward there.
Yeah, but again, once that ball got on the outside, that's Bond's preference. Get the ball moving, get the ball with speed and run. Cooley like to keep it a little bit more in close.
Ball's flown up. Lanyon, the veteran, gets the ball going his way. Oh, just can't complete the mark there, Coolangatta. So Bond will get a shot here. They'll chip one inside 50. Good out-pointed there. Could have been a push, but umpire says no, it was good body work. So dangerous little situation now. Goes the smart option long up the line to Tom Allison. He's outmarked by the taller opponent. Good pressure, though. The extra player in Robinson comes in to provide assistance. A good tackle. Smith, the strong body, holds his ground. Play on. That one's drifting across inside the pocket, and Samarkov just inside the line there. So dangerous position, though. Bond pressing late in the quarter. It's going on 28 minutes for the term. A lot of stoppages. Long up the line, the Ruckman's there. Players fly. Well done by Robertson, wins the ground ball. There's a one-on-one young Waters, and outpointed by the stronger, experienced Hunter Booth. Booth goes inboard. It'll have to be a good kick. It's not. It hits the ground. Lanyon's got it. Does the 40-metre handball. Waters is knocked over without the ball. Play on's the call. It's going to stay in. Waters gets up and goes again. Great effort and a good end to a great half of footy, Brad. We see a little shift in momentum there in that second half of that term, and it's resulted in Coolangatta 4-5, now in the lead by a point to the Bull Sharks 4-4-28. What did you think? How did you think that second quarter panned out, Brad?
Yeah, like I said a little bit earlier, it was a tale of two halves again. I think Cooley got the dominance in that second part of the second quarter. Two opportunistic goals, predominantly by Frew. I've been really impressed with how lively he's been for Coolangatta. I think he's been a telling difference. And like I also said, was the ball when it's contested, when it's in close, and Cooley can get the numbers around the contest and then just kick long and just get forward momentum, that's when they look like they were going to be more dangerous with the open space inside their forward 50. Bond, on the other hand, like we just saw just in that latter part of that quarter, they'll be aggressive. They want to go back through the corridor, get speed on the ball through those 45 kicks and then get the run from behind. When they get speed, when they've got runners running with the ball and link up with their handballs, that's when they look at their most dangerous. But you couldn't ask for a better start to a grand final, a half of football, only 1 point. Both teams basically go in. Scores are all level, and I'm sure that both coaches will be pleased with assets of the parts of the game, but there will also be parts that they just want to clean up and tidy up and be a little bit more consistent with coming into that second half.
We're lucky to have Brad Moore here, the former QFA premiership coach, a great footy analyst, and he summed it up perfectly there. And as we head into the long break, if you're looking for more footy after we get all our QAFL, QFA finals out of the way, why not head to play.afl/nines? A great game through October, November. If you haven't had your footy fix now, there's lots of AFL 9s going on in southeast Queensland. A great game to play socially, mixed with men and women and kids. And actually the national competition down at Byron Bay in October is always fun as well. So yeah, get online and check out the play.afl/nines for your footy fix to keep yourself in tune. Fit and up and going for the rest of the year before next season comes along. But here at Neptune Homes Oval, it's the Coolangatta Blues who have just worked their way in front by the 1 point. We've got a cracking second half coming up ahead. There's nothing in this game at all, and we'll look forward to, we'll see you again shortly after the break.
Jack's on it now, so I don't know what he was doing. He's got it on mute. He's done the buttons on mute. And then he's lost the remote. Yeah.
AFL 9s. It's footy for
Best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game. Looking at making a comeback.
There's footy for when your week's pretty cooked.
Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
Yeah. Do you want me to say that on yeah?
I just thought we mentioned.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Who were the key?
Yep.
Most for I'll do Cooley. I'll let you in.
I'm ready whenever Jules is ready.
Welcome back, everybody, on the live stream for the QFA Division 2 South Grand Final. We've got a cracking contest here. Just the 1 point, the difference here with the Coolangatta Blues edging ahead of Bond Uni Bull Sharks, who led at quarter time. A real pressure type grand final, as you'd expect. And my name's Julian Van Andres, and we're with Brad Moore from AFLQ, and we'll be calling the action in the second half. Brad, now for Cooley, I think it was interesting. A couple of prime movers, but one we didn't sort of have penciled in. Number 7, Jordan Frood, got off the chain and kicked 2 good small forward goals there that quarter. Lanyon and Corey Joyce, the usual suspects, have been busy in the middle. Seamus Robinson's been good up and down the ground as well and kicked a goal. What about from the Bond perspective, Brad?
Oh, I think Oliver Burrows-Cheng, he's been the dominant player on the field. He's been fantastic in close. He's releasing his runners on the outside. I think he's been fantastic, and they'll be wanting him to have an even bigger second half if they're going to go on to win that. The other one I like is Tommy Bennett. He's in the midfield now by the looks of things. He's been on the outside. He looks dangerous anytime he gets near the ball. He's got some speed and uses the ball really well. And up forward, I've been really impressed with Jed Coward. You spoke about Frew up forward for Cooley, but the small forward for Bond, I think the pressure he's been putting on, he looks lively, and hopefully for Bond's sake he can hit the scoreboard in this second half.
Well, here we go. Just about to resume action here in the QFA Division 2 Grand Final. Ruckman go up, and we'll redo that one. The bounce wasn't quite up the middle. I've liked the ruck contest too, with the big man, big Lachlan Watson for Coolangatta, the number 20, and Matthew Leskew, number 26 for Bond. It's been a really entertaining battle. So here they go. Bond get the clearance. It's a hurried kick inside 50. Both players go to ground. Ball's bouncing out of bounds. We've had a lot of... Oh, no, it stays in. Somehow now it's out. We've had a lot of boundary throw-ins on this side of the ground, just with the breeze pushing across to our commentary position.
Yeah, it looks like they've just made a change in the ruck, Bond. You've got a bigger body there in Josh Lanham. Is there, and he was the one that was able to win the ball in the contest then and get the handball on the outside. Umpire resumes play, and big Josh Lanham, having a run in the ruck there for the Bull Sharks. So hurried kick. This could be a dangerous one. Cooley will have to deal with this cleanly. Ball hits the ground. A little hack off the ground there. So Bond are going to get the ball. They square it up. It's a good kick over the back. A high fly. So he had to sit there. Nothing young Riley Weir could do. He just had to sit underneath that one. But it was a squaring ball from Flynn Ayton. Brad, what did you like about that? That was fantastic. Put it to the dangerous spot and allowed the fly to come over the top there. But a fantastic kick rather than just blazing away. Put it to a really dangerous position. But again, I'm really liking the change that Kane Ford's made in the ruck. Josh Lanham, just that bigger body. They've been able to get the ball moving forward from the stoppages that we've had so far. This would be a great start for Bond if he can kick this.
Sam Bowen just comes in the left footer. Starts it at the left-hand post. He's started it, giving it too much to the left side, and unfortunately not reward for the big hanger there. That was a real highlight of the day.
Disappointing finish, and it's happened so much. You take a great mark, and you often go back and miss the simple part. Yep. So did the difficult thing well, couldn't finish it off. But
that was a fantastic squaring ball. Yeah, you're right there. So it might just be those little things the team gets right to get themselves over the line here. So ball goes over the back. It's a good kick in. Plains the call. Coolangatta get on the end of it, but it'll be chopped off here by the number 3 in Nick Bear for Bond. So mark completed there from Nicholas France, who was busy in the first half, the vice captain. So here we go. Kick to the hot spot there. Someone's pushed out of it, and the umpire had a good view of that one. Looks like he's been dealt with a high shot there. Miles Enders, the leading goal kicker for the Bull Sharks this season. So a little bit shaken up, but I think he'll be right to take his kick.
And what I've seen of him already in the first quarter, he had 2 shots on goal. He's a nice kick of the footy. You made mention of Nicholas Francis. He started this quarter really well. A couple of clearances, putting the ball inside forward 50. But another opportunity here for Bond to take this lead.
48 goals this year for Enders. He, the former Victorian, and VFL experience up here with the Suns reserve, so can play the game. Let's see how he goes. He's just a nice, deliberate walk in onto the right foot. He's given it too much. A bit concerned with that breeze. So, a little flying scissor kick over the back. So, Coolangatta will run this one out. It's a 2-on-2. Oh, good overhead there by Bond. So, they're just having some time with possession. That's hard for Coolangatta to exit at the moment. That was a great overhead by Betts. Betts has been good today. You mentioned him too, Brad.
Yeah, no, it was a great mark, but they've set up really well here, Bond. Coolangatta finding it really difficult in these early stages of this quarter to clear the ball out. They've gone long both times, but Bond's numbers behind the ball are set up well. You've got Will King, who's the vice-captain. He's just marshalling the troops, staying behind the numbers, but everything is in the front 60 metres of the ground at the moment.
Yep, if Cooley can break away from this stoppage and get out the back, will be off to the races, but easier said than done. Yeah,
nothing forward to centre for Cooley at the moment, and you've got Will King there just as the quarterback for Bond, just holding back.
Little chippy ball, little bouncy one, hard to deal with. This is a key little stoppage here, but no one able to pounce on that. Big Reardon is able to lock that one in. So Bond have started the better of the two teams this early in the third. So a little chain out the back, chain of handballs. Josh Lanham, the ruckman, gets it back out to his runner. Very much same with that forward entry to that pocket.
Yeah, but that's another inside 50. That must be the first half a dozen of the quarter. The ball's played in one end of the ground at the moment. But again, you've got Nicholas Francis there along with Tommy Bennett. Obviously playing a big part early in this quarter. Those two look lively.
Ruckman go at it again. Tackled immediately was the Blues player. And we'll have another stoppage right on the 50 for Bond.
So Cooley defending really well at the moment. Haven't been able to have a score kicked against them. So doing well while Bond have the ascendancy.
Players working hard in and under. Yeah, so they'll just have to be mindful of this stoppage situation, Bond, because teams can score against the flow. With a quick out, but Bond are the first to get it. Burrows Chang breaks the tackle, snaps it in board, gives his forward a chance. Good spoil there by the Blues. They'll hack it out. Didn't go the required distance. Play on, hands back out the stoppage. That one's play on. Didn't go the required distance either. Reardon does well to get that one to ground. And the big boys go. Burrows Chang again. Keeps his feet. Gets a handball out. Play on's a call. Another inside 50 for Bond. But a Coolangatta get numbers back. So they're under siege, but they're holding up at the moment, the Blues.
They are. And Bond are probably just blazing away at the moment, kicking the ball in long bomber. They just need to steady and find targets, draw the Coolangatta defenders away from the dangerous positions. They just can't take a mark inside 50. So with all the dominance that they've had with the ball inside and playing in their front half at the moment, Bond just can't take a mark inside 50. Give them an easy shot on goal.
The Rucks go at it. Young Jake Weir in and under. Yeah, a little bit predictable at the moment. Everything's a little bit rushed from Bond, but they do own the territory. And let's see what they can do here. That was a bit of a shallow entry just on the 50. Play on, good little handball back inside. Hurry kick. It's a dangerous one to deal with. Smith, pretty good on the snap. Oh, just doesn't get the bounce. He capitalised on an opportunity up the other end, Brad, early in the second quarter, and it was a great little offhands, one-touch snap.
Yeah, he looks dangerous in front of goal when he gets an opportunity, but again, it's just a bit scrappy for Bond's liking at the moment. Again, the aim would be to try and find that mark inside 50, get an easier shot on goal than just these rush shots that they're getting at the moment. With all the dominance they've had, we're 8 minutes in, and I don't think the ball has left the front 70 for Bond in the entire quarter.
The Blues get an exit here, but I think it's coming straight back in. That mark will be paid.
So this is where they need to find just short passes. They've got to draw the Coolangatta defenders out.
Lanham dishes the handball back to a runner. It's a deeper entry, but it's in the pocket and it's dealt with again by the Blues. They're so far so good, but they'd rather the ball be up their end.
Yeah, so again, I'll say it again, the dominance of Bond is obviously telling at the moment, but they're just blazing away, kicking the ball long, and Coolangatta, to their credit, they're defending really well at the moment, not allowing easier shots on goal.
Yeah, and that pressure on the ball carrier, kicking the ball inside the 50s there at the moment too, which is a key component. So, yep, we have a real arm wrestle here. Still just the 1 point, the difference, although Bond are now ahead by the point, not Coolangatta as it was at the break. Lanyon breaks away from the stoppage handball, but goes to ground. Players pounce on it. Bond have it. They dance around a couple of would-be tacklers. Play on's the call. Smith, normally good with his disposal. And that's, again, Coolangatta's pressure just forced that error wide and bounces out of bounds.
You had Flynn Aiton there, standing all on his own, or was that Bennett, sorry, on his own. If that ball hits the target, then that's an easier shot on goal. So they move the ball around the perimeter a lot better, but they just need to find that short kick. They need to find that mark inside 50.
Here we go. Breakaway from stoppage there. Oh, tricky one to deal with. Good first touch off of the ground ball there by the Bond player. And flying shot at goal on the left and just misses. The players appealed for the goal, but Nicholas Francis was the one that got that ball, dangerous ball, to the top of the goal square.
Yep. So, again, for all the dominance Bond have had, they've only been able to put behinds on the board. You'd hate to see Cooley be able to take the ball if you're Bond, the length of the field, and kick a goal against the Tide.
Here they go. They run forward. There might be a chance here. They've got a little bit of time and space onto the left foot. They should hit the scoreboard here. They do, Bond. So the dam wall's finally broken, and it was just weight of possession there. I think we had at least 8 or 9 inside 50s, and something had to give at some point. So Coolangatta they'll go back to the middle, and they'll be desperate to win this stoppage out of the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange to say that Bond desperately needed to kick that goal, because we're 11 minutes into the third quarter. They've dominated the quarter so far. The ball has been predominantly played in their front 50, but they just haven't hit the scoreboard. Cooley have been really strong in defence, and they've been defending, but I think that's been more about the way Bond have been going inside forward 50 and just blazing away. But I was able to get the ball on the outside there. Archie Prime was able to run in the goal and hit the scoreboard and get the reward for the work that they've done early in this quarter. But ball goes back to the middle now, so it's an opportunity for Coolangatta to get the ball moving to their front end of the ground.
Yeah, good work, IDing that goal kicker, Maury Prime. As we're back in the middle, and looks like the scoring end there to our right of screen. So really important centre clearance here. It's wrapped up before it gets out, but Coolangatta won't want to get hemmed back into their defensive zone again for any period of time. Here they go, the ruckman. Watson understands the urgency of it. They do. They get their hands on this one, Cooley, but they're locked up.
Yeah, I think the change in the ruck by Kane Ford, getting that Josh Lanham in there, has been a real telling point in this quarter around the stoppages. Yeah, a bigger body.
Strong body, you're right. Here we go now. Cooley get a chippy ball ahead, but good, clean hands, although coughs up the handball. But Cooley got a little bit of possession here, little tap on to Waters. Just ran past that one, but good, desperate stuff. You can see the urgency in Coolangatta's play. They get a hack kick forward. It's going to run in front of a couple of players. Robinson, good tackle there. So they'll get a stoppage inside their forward pocket.
All right, now it's time for Cooley just to try and lock the ball here and dominate a period of time, because it's been all Bond so far this quarter. It's the first time it's gone. That's their first inside 50 for this half. See if they can do something to get a shot on goal.
Ball's thrown in. Ruckman goes at it and Just a little hack kick. Coolangatta will be the first to this one. Oh, it's a tricky little rolling ball. Lanyon does well. Joyce does well, I should say, get that one out, but his teammate receiving the handball was set upon immediately. Just in front of the Coolangatta faithful over there. Restart. Cooley forcing the ball forward there through the rucks. Quick by hands. That one's chopped off though. Burrows Chang trying to get on the end of this. Just hacked in the middle. Burrows Chang there again. But he'll lose out to the weight of numbers to Cooley. They run for, that could be holding the ball. Yeah, it wasn't deemed a correct handball. That was good pressure, and Ben Guthrie just couldn't complete that handball. So here we go. Bond have been able to get out of their danger zone.
Cooley got numbers back now, so this is where they've got to just find some shorter kicks.
This one goes well inside 50. A couple of marking targets there, but you're right. Coolangatta could deal with that one with the extra defender. Good tackle there on the boundary, and
yeah, Coolangatta are putting numbers behind the ball, so to their credit, they're defending the game really well. Bond have got all the dominance in the game, and Coolangatta are definitely on the defensive, but they're doing it really well. They've only leaked the one goal, but they're getting numbers inside their defensive 50 to do so. So this is where Bond have to just be a little bit more creative with the ball in hand.
Dangerous little period here for the Blues. They won't want to let Bond just get a little snappy opportunity here. They've got to keep it in tight. Always the handball at the back of the stoppage is a danger too. They'll have to watch that one. Coolangatta, so the rucks back to Lescue and Watson. Good handball back there for the Blues. Plans a call, high one, held up in the wind. And no prior opportunity there.
Yeah, so Bond have really pressed the ground really well. They're going to keep the ball in their front half, which they've done extremely well in this quarter. But with that comes the inability to find a target and find a mark inside forward 50 because they're just blazing away. Cooley haven't got really any clear exits, so it's going to be very contested.
Well, a little opportunistic snap there. Good pressure. Didn't give away the free kick, and it rolls out of bounds. The first kick went straight up the chimney.
Yeah, stoppage goal here for Bond. Again, just for a reward for dominating the quarter of football to extend their lead. They probably should be a little further in front considering how many inside 50s they've had this quarter.
Yep, they've done all the scoring this quarter, Bond, but haven't done the full damage yet. Haven't capitalised, as you said, Brad. Oh, cool. That's going to be another kick for Bond because that ball's drifted out with the breeze. And it does look the scoring end, though, this right side of our screen, Maury. And Coolangatta will have the last use of that in the last quarter. So if they can hang on here, they'll fancy themselves. So they can keep defending, and that's a good grab there for the Blues in Max Scales.
But they're just doing the same thing over and over, Bond. Again, that was just a long kick back from where the ball came from. I'd like to see them just square the ball up and look more lateral to try and open up the opposite side of the ground because they're just playing into Cooley's hands at the moment. Cooley have really just nullified their ability to hit the scoreboard, even though Bond are dominating the entire game.
Free kick given here to Bond.
So again, this is where I'd like them to find just a short kick. Try to use the ball on the outside a little bit more because Cooley have got players behind filling the hole.
Cool run around the back handball. Oh, good jump there and completes the mark. Well done there by Miles Enders, the leading goal kicker for the Bull Sharks this season. Really good timing with the jump there in windy conditions. So not outside his range here. He'll have to start this at the left-hand goal post, though. Yeah,
it's going to take a good kick here, but that's all they're relying on at the moment. Someone to take a contested mark. Cooley have got good players back there behind the ball. So opportunity. Going to take a great kick from outside 50 with this breeze.
Well, he's the man that you want with the ball in the hands, the key forward. Enders been good all year, onto the right foot. And that one's not coming back, doesn't get the distance, goes to the top of the square. Lanyon tries to get the ground ball, but it bounces away. And ball up in a dangerous spot again for Coolangatta.
Another inside 50, another stoppage inside 50. It's been a really contested ball.
Little flip over the back from Bond, trying something different there. Be careful not to dive on this one, the Blues. Play on's a call. Ball bobbles out. Oh, and this one, if it bounces out, no, it sits up nicely. Reardon does well, and just experience takes the ball over the line. So they're just, if anything, the Blues are happy just to soak up a bit of time, I think, at that scoring end, as long as they're not leaking goals. And if they can get one against the flow, it would be a bonus.
Yeah, it wouldn't be long to go in the quarter, although there has been a lot of stoppages.
Another boundary throw in. Ruckman go at it and wrap each other up. Oh, a little bit of a late business there. We'll see what the umpire's paid a free kick to Cooley, and just not quite sure we've got that one right. So the Bond player got slung to the ground last. Again, a bit of ill-disciplined stuff, which... So it'll come back. Coolangatta initially, I think, had the free kick, and then...
Bond, it was always Bond's free kick. I think the umpire just pointed the wrong way. But this is where we don't want to see them just kick the ball back to where they've kicked, which is basically what's going to happen again.
Yep, you called it, Maury. Read that one like a book. So, yeah, they've got to try. Remember early in the quarter, that kick that went directly to the space that right to the fat side and the high mark. They need to try that again, get out of that congestion. At least a chaos ball somewhere into the space. So here they go. See if they can make something out of nothing. Coolangatta have done well to hold things up here. And they'll get the free kick. Took the advantage. No, it's coming back. Blues player a little bit slow to get up. He was hit high.
But Jules, my recollection is that each goal to this end of the ground has come from the other side of the 50 arc. It hasn't come from this side of the arc, but it's the side that Bond just keep peppering away at. At no point have they looked to go lateral, have they looked to try and move the ball to the opposite side, other than the early kick in the quarter when Flynn Ayton kicked the ball and there was a great mark taken at the top of the goal square. They've just gone in the same way. So. Yep. Hopefully Cooley transitioning the ball on that side actually helps Bond if they can create a turnover.
Yeah, just operating that dead pocket at the moment. Whether that's Coolangatta forcing him into that, but like you say, they haven't been too precise with those entries as Bond. So good little... Cooley have got it to centre wing, but Bond win the one-on-one out the back, and handball, they're working their way back to that pocket again, Brad. But it's chopped off. Here we go, Robinson. Good little chippy ball here. Coolangatta come out the fat side and enjoy a bit of space, and that's a good hit here to the veteran and captain in Lanyon. Nice little chippy ball inside. There's a couple of their key prime movers. Dennehy now getting involved. Next kick's a hard one. Puts out in front of his leading forward, but no, the Bond player was always had the advantage.
That's White Bacon, great intercept mark. But if you looked at the way Cooley moved the ball there, that's exactly what you would like to see Bond do a little bit more, rather than just blaze away inside forward 50.
Yeah, the squaring up ball, that's what they need. But Cooley make a mess of this one, but the mark wasn't paid. So let's see if Cooley can set up now. Gives them an opportunity to enjoy a little bit of territory. Should be able to set up across half back and maybe lock this one in. And I'll tell you, if they're only a goal down at three-quarter time, they'll fancy their chances, the Blues. Ball's thrown in. Reardon does the ruck work. Play on's the call. Play on, not 15 was the call. Or Smith's caught with the ball here. Let's see what the umpire says. No, locked in, no prior. The Cooley do have the extra across half-back. They need to lock this in their territory. Well done from Lanyon. Young Weir gets that onto the boot, kicks it to the fat side. It's a dangerous, it's a hard one. Ball hits the deck. Chain of hands. Marking contest, off hands, out of bounds. So they'll be happy with that, the Blues. They did well.
Yeah, they're just locking the ball inside their front end now. They've defended pretty much the entire quarter, but they've only leaked one goal. If they can sneak one here, it'll give them an enormous amount of confidence going into the last quarter. Bond, on the other hand, they just need to get some speed and get the ball moving forward with some speed.
And even numbers behind the ball again. So here we go, the Blues. Let's see if they take on the corridor. Maybe with the next one. Young Riley Weir's been busy, worked his way into the game. The premiership player, the 16-year-old from last year. Good little chippy decision there. Corey Joyce, the gun midfielder, that's gone to the pocket, but there's numbers there. The Blues have got that. It was a very educated kick. He kicked it to a 2-on-1, and the Blues will have a shot here against the flow of play. He's going to snap this one around the body. Reed Brandt, what do you reckon, Maury? We're going to back him in? Around the body, Harry Mackay style. Oh, he's just pulled it a bit early.
That would have given him an enormous amount of confidence. But if you just look at the difference of the two teams, Coolangatta were prepared to use the short kick, move the ball and find the loose player rather than just bomb the ball inside forward 50. A lot more efficient in the way they were going about it.
Well, they take him on out of the kick in, and it's going to pay off, is it? Coolangatta managed to get that one to ground. It's a good penetrating kick in. There we go. Smith will get on the end of this handball, see what he can do. Normally clean by hand and foot.
Cooley have got numbers behind the ball. They've got to be mindful here. They've got to try to run and carry, find a short kick, or take the grass.
So they're going coast to coast, but great pressure there by the Blues. Gets the smothering. Cooley will mop this up. The ruckman Watson does well to hold that one in. So they did well to transition the ball, Bond. They took him on right from the kick in and ran around the man on the mark and got it to the centre. And all of a sudden, they're back inside their territory. So 24 minutes gone in the third quarter, the premiership quarter. It's been an arm wrestle, although Bond have managed to outscore the Blues with the aid of this breeze across the field.
Yeah, so we've got the stoppage here for Bond. There's a bit of a stoppage in play because of the blood rule, but they've just got to really structure themselves up a little bit better, Bond. Their forwards are getting caught high up the ground, and Cooley have got their players set up really well behind the ball. The one player that I've been really impressed with, and the one that's probably led it, is that Dunyan Evans. He's been the one that's just been sitting on his own inside defensive 50 for Cooley, and he's been hard to get by.
Yeah, he has. He's mopped up a lot. Here we go, Bond. Just get the run of this one outside the stoppage. That's Evans again. Stops him in his tracks, but little chipping ball. Smith, couldn't complete the mark. It was a half a chance there. Bit of a slips catch, but play on's the call. Ball off hands. What's going to happen here? If the Cooley can get it in the hands of their speedsters, they could be off to the races. But it's Bond now. They go out to the other side. And I think one touch before it went over the line. Not paid there. Smith's appealing for something, although he is. He is paying the mark to Coolangatta. So this one will go straight up the line. It's the centre wing. Off hands. Here we go. Well read, well sharked there by the Blues. Ball bobbles out. Tackle pressure's been great by both teams this quarter. They're cracking in, leaving nothing in the tank. Wow, just love the intensity from both teams, Brad. Lots of rotations in front of us here this quarter, but while the players are out in the field, they're going hell for leather. Important stage in the game. A couple of minutes left in this last term. Sorry, third term, I should say, the premiership quarter. So free kick popped out of the ruck there, going to the Bull Sharks, off to Burrows. Chang pumps it in deep. That's a better spot, better entry, and there's a mark there. It's been paid. That's the side, Brad Moore, you wanted them to go to. And
well, Cooley have probably played into their hands being on that side of the ground, but the difference with that entry was that it was one-on-ones ahead of the ball. They moved the ball. As soon as the free kick was won, they moved the ball with speed and went to their one-on-ones. It hasn't happened the entire quarter of football. It's been numbers behind the ball for Cooley, defending the quarter and rebounding the ball outside of the 50.
We have to kick this after the siren. Who have we got, Brad? Is it...
That's Enders.
Enders, the sharpshooter.
He's been a dominant player up forward. They really need to get this for reward for the quarter.
It's precise. Oh, he's just drifted it. The breeze has got it, so can't capitalise. So
just poked at it, didn't he? He just wanted to just ease it through rather than kicking the ball with any penetration.
So we've had an arm wrestle all day. It's been a real pressure cooker atmosphere with lots of tackles, lots of stoppages here. at Neptune Homes Oval Broadbeach, and we're still none the wiser as who's going to be the QFA Division 2 Premier this year, Brad. We've got Bon Uni, the powerhouses of the QFA Div 2 with 5 goals, 8:38. They had all the play that quarter but couldn't quite put the gutter away, couldn't quite get the margin on the board, so they're 8 points to the good over the Blues, who are 4-6-30. Couldn't get a goal on the board that quarter, Blues, just with the one opportunity, but they will be kicking with the aid of the breeze in the last quarter, so it's a real grand final stanza this last quarter. Don't go anywhere, we'll see you shortly.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
Best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game. Look at them making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked.
Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
scorers Reed with Bond. Miles Enders just the one. He's missed a few important shots. Nicholas Francis, the vice-captain, one. Archie Prime, Smith and Cowland have all had the one goal. And for Cooley, we've had Ned Lanyon, the captain. Jordan Frews, the only multiple goal scorer with 2 on the ground. And Seamus Robertson kicked the first of the game. So nothing in this, Brad. What do you think's going to happen in this last quarter, mate?
Oh, both teams will be happy where the game's at. They've both got an opportunity to win the game. I think Bond dominated the third quarter, weren't able to extend their lead. They got that 8-point lead going into this quarter, but they've got the lead. It's for Cooley to take back now.
Buckle in, everyone. We're starting the cracking a last quarter of footy here at Neptune Homes Oval, Broadbeach. Cooley looking to go back-to-back. Bond looking to get their first flag in a while. So here we go. Coolangatta get the first inside 50 entry. The dangerous Frew, the multiple goal scorer, just couldn't complete the mark, and the ball bobbles out of bounds with Hunter Booth.
Yeah, so we'll see how Cooley go about using this end of the ground. That's where most of the play was played from in the third quarter by Bond, but they were playing on the near side, which is probably the dead side of the ground, and weren't able to capitalise on their dominance. And Cooley now, they've got the ball probably in the side of the ground that you would need it on to score at this end.
100%, Maury, and good little tap into space by the ruckman there. I've liked both teams' intent and tackle pressure, Brad, as you'd expect in a grand final from the two best teams, but they've sort of halved each other, haven't they? Like the pressure from both teams been elite.
Oh, it has. It's tough conditions all day. That wind is quite gustily out there, but the contested ball work, the pressure from both teams has been fantastic. And again, both teams have got an opportunity to take this out.
Dennehy, the undersized ruckman, goes up against Lanham. Has been good after they moved him on the ball in that late in the second term. So a little stoppage, another stoppage here, but you could cut the air and the knife. A goal either way is going to be huge. His first goal of the last term. Here we go. Again, over the top was Dennehy doing well. So ball's the cry, and they paid holding the ball there, umpire Cousins. Oh no, he's paid the dangerous tackle. So it's actually going Coolangatta's way, and it's Reed Brandt who had the only shot in the third term for the Blues, and this one is in a bit more of a comfortable position, although he'll have to hit it pretty flush. He'll kick from the 50-metre arc.
Now, Jules, I'm not too sure, but I'm positive the umpire paid holding the ball and then changed his decision.
Maybe signalled the wrong way. Brandt runs out onto the right foot. It's a good strike. It's just got over. I think it's over the line. Umpire's just checking. It's all clear. So Brand, after the controversial, what we thought was the holding the ball, and it was given as a dangerous tackle on Brand, he got up and had the composure to drill that one right from the paint. And like I said, that first goal of this last term is going to be massive for momentum, and it brings Coolangatta to within 2 points of the Bull Sharks.
But as we can see, that's the easiest side to kick goals from at this end of the field, and Cooley have within the first 2.5 minutes have a shot on goal from that side. With all Bond's dominance, they were on the dead pocket side for majority of the third quarter. But 2-point ball game now. It's got to be out of the middle, the midfield now. It's been a great change in the ruck. I think Lanham's been great for Bond, but they need a clearance here, Bond.
Watson and Lanham, up they go. Watson gets that one down to his moves. Joyce just caught his opponent a little bit high, yeah. So Bond will get first use out of the centre here. Smith, normally hard to beat when he gets in front, gets a run at the ball. Normally good by foot too. Just a little bit of composure here. Goes the short option, does well. Little safety kick, but they'll want to go a bit more direct, not to the pocket here, to the gun forward. So Bowen, and that's not what the doctor ordered. So that one gets straight to the resting ruckman in Watson there, filling the hole. Bowen would like that kick again. Watson, the big left footer, just tumbles it back up, but it's to his direct opponent. Here they go. That's a better kick. That's a more dangerous kick to the hot spot. Couldn't complete the mark. Cooley have to deal with this by hand. I've got to be quick. Hurried kick again by Watson. Good contest there on the Coolangatta player. Didn't get out marked and got it to ground, forced the ball up the boundary throw in. So just a little 1%er there from Nick Dennehy. Maury, and in grand finals, those little things count.
Yeah, great spoil. Lanham looks like he could really take a grip of this game. His third quarter was fantastic in the ruck, but it's still the inside 50s that concern me for Bond, the way they're going inside 50.
Joyce wraps up his direct opponent there. Well, he's been huge, Corey Joyce, again. Prime mover all year for the Blues. Well, most of his career since a little tacker. So that one's no prior opportunity. Ooh, just a little pause there before the umpire blows the whistle. Sometimes can mean a free kick, but the right result there. Good little flip over the back, but it's going in Coolangatta's direction. That one nearly in the back, but play on. Bit of a dangerous throw, but umpire said no.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot for the entire entire quarter of this game.
Here we go. Big stoppage here. Let's see who can win out. Young Weir just couldn't get a handle on it. Play on again. Well done. Little handball out. Watson does well. Just gets it on boot. He's been important at the start of this last quarter and gets it a valuable 40 metres and another boundary throw in. So the big ruckman, the number 40 for the Blues, is working hard. As you said, the number 20 for the Blues, Lachlan Watson, but the number 40 for Bond has been very impressive. So good battle here. Here we go. Smith again. Wraps up his man. That one bobbles out of bounds. So just in a little bit of a holding pattern here, but Coolangatta getting out of their danger zone. They're still 2 points behind the Bull Sharks.
A lot of stoppages, isn't there, at the moment, Jules? It's stoppage after stoppage. No one giving an inch at the moment.
It might come down to some zippy leg speed with some youth and exuberance. They can get on the outside here. So play on. Good composure with a little chippy ball coming out of defence there. And that's the number 17, Max Scales, has it. Does well. The youngster Riley Weir, the premiership player from last year. Can he be the man to have some impact? He's got wheels to burn. That's a good little chippy ball decision inside there to Isaac Ruff. Well, have to connect the dots here, the Blues. They've got players inside. And Evans, the man you spoke of that was important there in that third quarter, Brad, across half-back. And this one, it's not his best effort, but it sits up. It might be all right. They break the line, the Blues. They've got to be clean here, though. Handball goes to ground. Now Bonder out. But a great tackle there. That's holding the ball. They take the advantage of the Blues. They're on the fly. Young Waters has it. Waters steadies. He has a shot. It's gone to the goal, so it's going to be shepherded in. But it bounces the sandwich. It bounces back in, but it's the ground ball's taken, and there's a goal by the Blues. Wow, it's young Robinson. The hero from last year was Johnny on the spot. The flying shot from Waters just sat up, and Robinson pounced.
Well called, Jules. It was a bit of chaos there. You thought Bond were going to rebound off half-back. He had an opportunity to get released of the handball sooner, but he carried the ball a little bit too far, run down from the back, and then the forward momentum was all with Coolangatta and got the ball to the top of the goal square. But I'll say it again, the ball going in from the opposite side of the ground inside 50 has resulted in goals for the team going that way. And Coolangatta, again, from that side of the ground, have entered their inside 50, got the ball to the top of the goal square. Opportunist goal, the ball bounced up high, wasn't able to be rushed through, and they've taken the lead now. I just like the way they're using the ball. They're changing the angles. They're not just blazing away, something Bond did too much in that third quarter.
And it was the youngsters too, wasn't it? It was Riley Weir out here that changed it across half-back, and it ended up in the hands of young Waters. And you're right, Maury, those tactical ploys with ball movement and where to go, and you've got the knowledge of Scott Waters and Pierce Hanley on the bench. I'm sure they're the instructions. Players following it out to a T there, but the Bull Sharks have been the best team all year. Let's see how they respond. The Blues have it. They spin around. This is going back inside 50. Players fly. Ball hits the deck. Young Waters getting on the end of it again. He does well, keeps it in and halves it, and that's out of bounds. And the Blues will take that because they're in front on the scoreboard now early in the last term. 6-6-42. They're 4 points ahead of the ladder leaders, the Bond Bull Sharks, 5-8-38.
Yeah, Waters looks likely, doesn't he? He's very dangerous across half forward. He's standing on his own at this stoppage as well.
Denny does well in the ruck. Play on's a call. Quick handball there, Joyce. Somehow gets that onto the boot. Play on's a call. Didn't go the required distance. One-on-ones are critical now. Who can have the composure? Well done. Bond do well. They go back in board. This is a massive one-on-one here. The Coolangatta play does well. Gets that to ground. He follows up again. Little push in the side. No, it's in the back. Evans is the one there, the culprit, who's been so good all day.
Just need to be composed here. Use the ball. Find targets.
Good left foot kick. Ball comes to ground. Big contest here. Smith goes in well. Holds it in. Good by both players there. Good by both players there. The umpire will throw this up.
I think that was rough with the tackle, and Smith did really well. You're right. Both players went hard at the contest.
Things are ramping up there. Both teams know the game's on the line at the moment.
It is, but there's still plenty of time. It's no time for panic. It's only a 4-point ball game. You get caught up in the moment as a player out on the field, think you've got to rush, but you've just got to stay composed. Again, efficiency is going to be the key. The team that can use the ball and think their way through the congestion is going to be the team that will come out on top.
Yeah, probably at least 15, 16 minutes of play left in this last term. Fair bit to play out, but there's a hold there.
So again, don't rush. Don't need to rush.
Will they get that one in quick? And the ball, this is spinning around with the wind. What's going to happen? Oh, it ran out the back and caught everyone off guard, but it kept spinning away from goal. Yeah, you're probably right. That was, you would have liked to, Nicholas Francis, maybe a little bit more time and wait for something to present, Maury.
But Enders is the one. Enders looks like the one likely for Bond up forward. If they can isolate him, get him to be just one-on-one, he's a great contested mark. If they can clear their forward 50 out, he's the one that they would like to kick the ball long to.
Connor Robinson brings it back in for the Blues, the Coolangatta Junior. Brand has it. It's a good kick inside, but it's a 2-on-1. Blues will have to be smart here. Seamus Robinson. Joyce now. Handball over the top to his skipper, and Lanyon, little underground hand pass. They've transitioned this well, the Blues, and they'll take a mark inside 50 or a chop of the arms, whatever you like. Well, the Coolangatta player, he obviously got clipped on the way. I thought it was just a chop of the arms, but got a bit of the head as well, and the Blues will just slow down a little bit here. They've definitely got the free kick. Probably not the side of the 50 that they want to be shooting from, but they do have the footy. Let's just see if
Not too sure if the umpires just reported the Bond player there. I'm not too sure if that was Hunter Booth. I can't recall. I can't see his number. But it was a heavy contest. I think his eyes were on the ball. He's obviously a much bigger opponent than the Coolangatta player. But again, Cool, you've got the ball.
Yeah, I think he's all right. He's going to come off and do your due diligence, Maury, and check he's got all his faculties. But it was a great effort at the mark. It was the front-on spoil that caught him high and may have hit his head on the ground. So well done. He looks fine coming off just to us there. We go through the process, young Tommy Mullins.
Well, the captain's got the ball now for Coolangatta. See Wisehead on his shoulders, what he does with the ball here. They've made all the running now, Coolangatta. They've taken the lead, but this is the dead pocket.
Great transition footy there from the Blues. They used hands this time, Brad, to get through the congestion. So Lanyon just pops that up for the jumpers. No one can quite complete the mark, and it's just tapped out of bounds.
So if we learn anything from the third quarter, we knew that Cooley found it really difficult to exit from this part of the ground because the wind is blowing the ball into the boundary line from this side. So Cooley would like the ball here. They can lock the ball inside their forward 50 for a period of time, make it really hard for Bond to exit.
Little tricky one here. The Blues have the ball 20 metres out from goals. Bond might want to make a little error here with a poor tackle. And the Blues will have to be on guard for a quick kick out into the space for the Bull Sharks. So that one's tapped to the advantage of the Blues. Little backwards handball. They're able to exit now. The Bull Sharks, although the handball's gone the ground. Mopped up well, though. Here we go. They're full of run now, the Bull Sharks. Let's see what the next kick. They go in board.
They've got nothing up forward other than one.
It's gone over the back.
He just needs to hold. He's got nothing ahead of him at the moment. He's just got to show some patience. There's no need to go fast. We're only 15 minutes in.
Enders pumps the ball from outside 50, and the wind's got that and sails through for the one behind. You're right, he had nothing ahead of him. But he's the danger man for the Blues, isn't he?
He is. They've isolated him. Enders is one-on-one. He's staying forward of centre while everyone else is moving up to defend. But when Bond run the ball and link up handballs, that's the game they need to play. Change the angles, run the ball, take the grass. They've got to be brave enough to win the game, not afraid to lose it.
Scales has it for the Blues. Just does the educated thing. Brand, great contested mark. Floated across the front of the pack. And these little moments, Brad, they can decide grand finals. That was excellent there. Let's see what Brand does here. Up the line's a safe option. He does that. Let's see if the Blues can complete a mark. Yeah, they do.
Geez, a couple of really strong contested marks by Coolangatta.
Big Dennehy there. Been one of the best forwards all year for the Blues. They pump it back in. The man they call Rooster, you can hear the supporters from the sideline, young Dennehy. And what an important couple of key contested marks there that have just enabled the Blues to get that territory back.
So again, you've got Coolangatta with plenty of numbers behind the ball now. So Bond are going to have to take this ball from the stoppage with hands like they did previously, run the ball forward rather than just bomb it forward.
Here we go, little fumble there, Blues. Lanyon gets on it. Whoa, they appeal for a high tackle. Play on's a call. Players fly in. And a bit of a stoppage. So Cooley should be able to set up again. They got the loose player there. Needs to get back. Connor Robertson, pretty experienced campaigner, just directing traffic. Piers Hanley yelling out the instructions from the sideline. Dennehy's been huge this quarter. Well done. Gets his hands out of the ruck. Players a call. Another flying handball. Oh, dangerous little kick. Doesn't go the required distance. Bond get a bit of territory. How's this ball going to bounce? It bounces backwards. Joyce does well. Can't get a handle on it though. Play on's the call. Waters puts pressure on. Here they go. Bond to force wide. But again, Waters with the pressure. The youngsters are doing the job for the Blues at the moment. And they're up on their feet here in the Coolangatta bench.
Yeah, the pressure around the ball has been strong by Coolangatta. Bond looked like they were going to get out. Their link-up handball is pivotal to get away from this stoppage. We've got someone cramping there.
Yeah, Archie Prime is...
It's been a physical game, Jules, the whole game. It's been physical. Credit to both teams the way they've gone about it. At the moment, Cooley are doing everything to defend it now. They've got the 2-point lead. Bond have to do everything to win it.
Rucks go up. This one not able to stay in the field of play off a couple of sets of hands. Wow. Well, the scoreboard reads it's been topsy-turvy going to and fro all day. 5-10 Bond Uni haven't been able to capitalise on all opportunities. 40 points. 2 points now behind Cooley, who have had less shots. They're 6 goals, 6-42. Ball comes over the back. Cooley got the extra over the back. But there's a holding free kick here.
This is Bond's opportunity again. They've just got to stay composed with the ball. Coolangatta have got numbers behind. They don't need to rush. We're only 17, 18 minutes in.
Yeah, the Coolangatta player, Andrew, was a bit undersized there in that marking contest and gave away the free kick. Ball's kicked straight up in the air. Smith's under it. Good spoil. Good roving there from the ruckman. Well, there's a Bond player that's found himself on his own 40 metres out from goal. Not sure if he fancies himself here.
That's Jed Coward. He's been lively. He's probably gone a bit quiet in this half. He's probably going to be kicking the ball from just inside 50, maybe 45 out. It was a little scrappy, but they got the job done.
Well, they had an open forward line, didn't they, Maury? Just the 4 players in there. So in he comes. Young Jed, it's a bit of an up and under, but it's not going to get there. The Blues, they'll have to rush this one over. They're going to allow it.
Jeez, Jules,
it was a bit of a rugby kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1 point in it. I wonder if we will play extra time today.
Yeah,
Come and draw. Now Bond have to just lock it in. They can't allow Cooley to take some marks, which they have been able to do this quarter.
Brandt flies again, took a great contested mark earlier. Robinson wraps up the tackle, does well not to get into the back of his opponent. Yep, extra time is a viable proposition, Maury. We've got our timekeeper next to us, ready for all things we may encounter. The rule book might be out, so here we go. Another boundary throw in. The boundary umpires have earned their money today on this side of the ground, that's for sure.
They've got to make use of Lanham's dominance in the ruck. He's been fantastic this half. The move for him to play ruck has been great for Bond, but they just can't get a clearance to their forwards. They've got one-on-ones ahead of the ball now, so if they can get the ball forward, they can compete one-on-one at least.
Ball hits the deck. Pressure arrives by the Blues. And bobbled out for yet another throw-in.
But it's playing into Cooley's hand at the moment. This is what they want, contest after contest. Bond, on the other hand, need to get the ball moving outside. Win it inside, get the ball moving into space. Get it to their one-on-ones.
The reigning premiers up by a point. Less than 10 minutes to go. Brandt does well, outpoints his opponent. Taps it towards the boundary. It's going to stay in, though. Otherwise, he may have had a problem. Let's see what the Blues can do here. Weir gets a handball back to the big ruckman in Watson. Players are under this one and they halve it and knock it back over the boundary line. Reardon, a pretty hard man to move when he's under the footy like that.
All right, now it's a little bit more one-on-one on the outside. So this is an opportunity, Bond, just to move the ball forward. Don't need to be too pretty about it. It's only a one-point game.
As the Bonds prime mover, Burrows Cheng, just comes off for a little break before a big last 5 minutes when they'll need him out there. Could come down to one. We've called for a new footy here. It's
gone flat.
This is all a drama. We have a flat footy. Not happy with it. Not a drama because we have a spare on the side and we get back into it. Every contest critical now. As the big rucks, they've been great all day. They go at it. Lanyon comes bursting through the stoppage. Just gets a hand on it, knocks his way, and the youngster Riley Weir does well to wrap that ball up.
Little moments now, just contest. Little moments will make a big difference. Right. Who can win the one-on-ones?
Tap by Watson, and it comes out the back of the stoppage. Bond do well. They managed to keep that in. Play on's the call. It's a risky kicking ball, but it pays off.
It's a great kick, Nick Scott.
It's a great kick. It's a great kick, Nick Scott, to the advantage of the key forward in Enders, who he's a handful down there. We spoke about him earlier.
It'll take a good kick, but at one point at least it levels the scores. But Nick Scott, just composure, obviously a premiership quaffle player, didn't blaze away, put the ball into a spot where his forward can just lead up to the ball. Now it's all on Enders' shoulders. A goal puts them in front, a point to tie the scores. If there's anything that the Bond players need to do down there, is just to make sure they rush the ball at least, get the scores level, so we can go into extra time.
In comes Enders, he's due. He's missed a couple. It's a better looking kick, no, but it's going to miss to the near side again. So he's had his opportunities.
All right.
It levels the scores though, Brad.
We could only have a couple of minutes maybe to play. Quarter's gone 22. Most quarters go for about 24 to 26. So Bonder in the box seat. That's a
great mark there. Brand was coming in over the top, and the Bond player.
He's out. He's out.
He's hit his head on the way down.
Yep. Okay, we're going to be here for a while. He hasn't moved.
A courageous mark in front of the pack, and
he has not moved. That was a fantastic mark by the young fella.
Wow, we've got drama here. One thing after another here at Neptune Homes Oval. This game.
I said, Jules, in these moments, the last 5 to 10 minutes of a game when it's this close, it's just moments. That was a moment. That was a moment. It's going to hold the game up for quite a lengthy period of time, I'd imagine now, with only, probably no more than 2 minutes to go. But he put his body on the line. He took a great contested mark. Now it's an opportunity when the game restarts for Bond to go inside 50. They've got the upper hand now.
Yep, well,
but I'm not too sure, Jules. I'm not too sure how this goes. I'm not too sure with concussion how serious this is. But we might not be able to move him until maybe an ambulance arrives, because he hasn't moved.
Yeah, well,
we could be here for quite a while.
The trainers just going through correct procedure here, not moving, and they'll just do their due diligence and make sure he is okay. That's priority number one.
He seems to be talking to the trainers.
Yep.
So I think he's obviously conscious now, but
both teams just using this time to go back to their coaching staff and get some instructions, because we're going to have a frantic last few minutes. And like you said, it's going to come down to a contest here and there that could decide this. But we might just take a little break, Brad.
Yeah.
And we'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back here to our QFA Division 2 Grand Final. And we've just had a little stoppage in play, but the main thing is the young Bond player has recovered from the head knock, with the head hitting the ground, and we'll be resuming the action here.
So it's, I mean, an inspired mark there from Pledge for his teammates, but they've got the ball in their front end. We've only got just over 2 minutes to play. Again, Bond don't want to just waste this opportunity. There's still 2 minutes.
Here we go. This is a massive inside 50. It's a hack kick. It's going to fly out of bounds it just bounces on the line, actually. So it's going to be a throw-in, which is probably a good result for Bond.
I think Tommy Bennett just rushed that as well. I would like to see him because again, they didn't have to rush it inside 50. They've got the dominance at the moment. The ball's in their 50 now. They just have to find a way to score. 1 point's enough.
Yeah, not time. Nothing fancy required here. It's just going to be the team that can make some good decisions and some cool heads prevail. So another stoppage here. Wouldn't want to give away a free kick. So players go up, knocked out to space. The Blues will have to transition this footy if they can. That hasn't gone the required distance. Play on's the call. Little snapping ball. Connor Robinson's positioned himself well as the goalkeeper there. Big marking contest there. Ball hits the deck. Players flying in. They know this. Every contest is on the line. It could decide the grand final here.
That's it. Every moment, every contest. No players can give an inch now. Cooley have to move the ball the full length of the ground. Bond just have to try to find a way to score.
Play on. Good tap by Dennehy. He's been great in the ruck. Riley Weir puts pressure on. Ball tapped towards the boundary. They'll have to be careful with the insufficient intent. Bond played well done there, but he's wrapped up immediately with Coolangatta player as soon as he took possession of that. Can't be holding the ball. So it's in the right area if you're a Bond Bull Shark. And Cooley are going to have to somehow take the game on if they want to score in the next minute or two. Smith parks himself over it. Little hack off the ground. This is a massive ball. Coolangatta. Oh, he's played in over the shoulder. So Cooley will get a chance here.
They've got to go. There's only a minute to go. They've got to move the ball.
Get someone over the back. Important hand in there by Waters. He done well. He's followed up. Robinson does well to complete the tackle. So Cooley all of a sudden.
Now it's a 50-50. Ball up. Just favouring Coolangatta. Need a clearance. Both teams need to get their hands on the ball. Get a clearance.
Wow. Ball goes up. Ruckman go at it. Dennehy again gets the ball moving forward. How's the umpire deem that? The ball was knocked out in the tackle. He says, Lanyon, the skipper, what can he do? Play on. Play on. It's in the right area for the Blues.
Joyce get it in there. Just
dances around a few. Puts it inside. Can someone complete a mark? They go up. Bond have the ball in hand now. Burris Chang. Play on's the call. Hacked kick. It's smothered off the boot. Play on another hacked kick. Cooley is set up. They've got the extra number here. Play on. There's a snapping ball. Can somebody score? That's gone out in the full. Bond will get the ball back.
We could be playing extra time, Jules. We might be going a little bit longer than we anticipated. Both teams just need to kick the ball on because Bond can't afford to put the ball somewhere where Cooley can rebound and score.
Not long to go now. It's inside a minute. Play on's a call. Every contest is highlighted now. Not the time to fumble. That's a good long ball.
I think we're playing extra time, Jules.
Can Bond get this over the back? No! The siren's gone, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5 goals, 12-42. The ladder leaders, Bond Uni. To Coolangatta, 6-6-42. It's a tie here at Neptune Homes Oval.
Well, I hope that's the same score the goal umpires have got, Jules.
If we were back in 2010, Maury, we'd be coming back next week. But we ain't doing that here. And the players don't want to do that either. So we'll have extra time. we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with you shortly.
I need someone to reset the clock, because it won't start the break now because it thinks the game's gone.
So is it 5 each way? It is, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's 5 each way. I thought when they had the ball there, deep inside, they were going to score at least half a point. Golden Point Belly? Golden Point. I thought it was Is it 5 each way, Bill? 3 plus 5. Oh, okay. Straight swap. So after the first quarter, or first half, straight swap. Yeah. So it's 3 plus time on, siren, swap. Yep. And then we just keep, 6 minutes out, and then we just keep repeating it. Oh, he's been good. I thought when this got short. Actually, let it say 15. It's just.
Okay, welcome back everyone to the live stream, the QFA Division 2 Grand Final, and we have extra time here at Neptune Homes Oval. Believe it or not, it's been an action-packed last term. We've had a concussion, we've had a flat football, we've had the ball pinging both ways and lots of stoppages and boundary throw-ins, but these two teams haven't been able to separate themselves as yet. Multiple lead changes. And we're going to play 3 minutes either way with stoppage time to decide a winner for the 2025 QFA Division 2 Grand Final. The ball goes up. And another stoppage.
Jules, full credit to both sides. I mean, it's going to be heartbreak for the team that loses today and absolute ecstasy for the one that wins. But full credit to both groups of players. They've been fantastic. Haven't given an inch for the entire game.
Watson for the Blues. The big number 20's had a good second half. He's smashed that one forward. Got his team some territory. And it's been the scoring end to the right of screen. And Bonder King to the right of screen for this first portion of extra time. So here we go.
Great knock on.
Was a smart knock on. They get the run on it. It's a barrel. It's a tricky one to deal with. 1-on-1 inside 50. Oh, it just couldn't complete the mark. The Bond player ball hits the ground. They'll need to lock this in, the Blues. A little handball goes out. They should score here, the Bull Sharks. How did they not score there? It's been rushed.
I think as Enders went to kick, the ball bounced up to knee height. It's missed his foot. And credit to Cooley. But playing extra time, it's a 1-point lead now to Bond.
It's been a nearly afternoon for Enders, hasn't it, Maury? He beat his opponent. They just couldn't complete the mark, and he's had several set shots. So here we go. They're going to get it back again. Met by the tackler. Ball bobbles out of bounds.
Yeah, Betts has been strong as well for Bond today. Nearly took that intercept mark to put the ball back inside 50, but this is the dead pocket to defend, but Bond are holding the 1-point lead.
Wow, it treated our viewers here this afternoon, if you're watching from home, an extra time, a grand final. A bit of a rarity, but stay tuned. Another stoppage. There's a calm before the storm again, Maury. Everything's gone quiet. There's a hush around the ground. Watson, again, he's been huge in his second half. Young Jake Weir gets in and under. He's been good all day as well. But Smith, important kick forward to the advantage of his forwards. Little handball over the back. They've got to score here. Surely one more possession. They've got time, and kicks it straight into the goal umpire, and that's a goal. An important goal for Bond.
Nicholas Francis, he's had a big second half. He's been fantastic. He's led the way, vice-captain for Bond, and he was on the end of that one. Almost kicked the goal just previously when the ball was touched, but good ball movement. Again, Bond moving the ball by hand, and it's interesting now, the game was being defended by both teams during the second half with numbers behind the ball, but now when the game is on the line and you've got to just win it, there's no defending it, you just have to win it. It's one-on-ones all around the ground, and it's whichever team wins more of the contested ball which will win this. And so far, Bond have got the upper hand, getting the ball forward into their front half and able to hit that scoreboard now with a 7-point lead.
That's a good call, Maury. Francis is second for the afternoon, the vice-captain. As the big boys go up, Watson just stays down. Bond spun out of the tackle. Well done. It didn't go the required distance. Play on. Cooley have to get a hand on that through Robertson. Out to Joyce. Joyce hasn't lost any of his speed. Waters, who's had a big game, but just outmarked by the taller opponent there.
Yeah, Joyce has been strong. 4-quarter performance by him. He's done everything he could in the midfield. But a great contested mark.
They go up the line. They've got the advantage of the 7-point lead now, the Bull Sharks. What a grab flying by Denny. He's hurt his leg on the way down, unless it's cramp.
I'm not very sure he's cramping, but yeah. Now this is where Bond can just play down the lines, make it hard for Coolangatta. They don't have to try and take the game on.
Watson battling away there against... big Josh Lanham, you mentioned before, he's been huge in the second half in the ruck. Just that big body.
He's been fantastic. I think he's been the difference in the second half in the ruck, just the way he's been able to manoeuvre himself around against his opposition ruckman.
So all the coaches getting their key matchups here at this stoppage. They get that forward there this time. Good tackle there by the Blues. Flying little soccer there. Little fumble there. They'll have to be clean, the Blues, to get out of this. Lanyon, the skipper, has it now. Great ball use there to the dangerous Frew. He kicked 2 in that third quarter. So here we go. Back to Joyce. He's having some say. Can the Blues get the next goal? Pumps it in. It's going 1-on-1. They get a number back, though.
Holding. You can see the forward holding his defender out. Big fistful of jumper. Again, Bond. Need to play this side of the ground. Just get the ball close to the boundary line. This half, I should say, is almost over already.
Long kick up the line. Dennehy gets a hand to it. Player wrapped up in the tackle. So,
Yep, so Bond are playing it smart. They've got their lead. They've got their 7-point lead. They're playing the defensive side of the ground. They just need to go from contest to contest now. Remember, it's only 3 minutes plus time on.
Yeah, goals are like gold, and that is a 7-point lead to Bond after the first period of extra time.
They change straight over now, Jules.
They've
no talking to the coaches.
We will stay with you through this period because there's another 3 minutes plus added time where the players will change ends directly, and Coolangatta will kick to the scoring end, and they'll need to kick. They'll need to try and rein in this lead pretty quickly. You just imagine that the pressure's going to go up. It's all new to a lot of these players. Not many would have been through this scenario before. The coaches wouldn't have been through this scenario before. Everyone's got to keep a cool head, get the matchups right. But this first centre clearance is massive, Maury.
It is, and it's all for Cooley to do now. They're going to the end where most of the scoring has been done. What you don't want to see Bond do, though, is just to freeze up and try and defend the game. They've still got to try and take the game on and be brave enough to win it. Like I said earlier, don't be afraid to lose, be brave enough to win it. But that first centre clearance, if they can get the ball into their front end from the centre clearance and lock the ball at that end of the ground, they'll go a long way to winning the game. But if Cooley get that stoppage win, then they've got the advantage.
Well, here we go. Brad Moore said it. Territory's the key here for Bond versus Cooley. Well, there's a free kick. Cooley will get the territory initially. They get the free kick from the centre bounce. And they've pumped it straight in. Let's see if they can get it to ground. Ball bobbles around. Brand gets a quick boot on it. Play on. Quick handball out. Riley Weir.
Oh, he's missed it.
He's just missed it. Came off the side of the boot. He had to use his left foot. The youngster couldn't finish there, but like we said, territory's everything for this 3 minutes plus stoppage time. So Coolangatta have it at the moment, but they'll need to kick a major.
Now this is the defending side of the ground. So Nick Scott with a beautiful kick out wide. Now this is where Bond just need to set up behind the ball. Again, they've got the 1-goal lead. 3 minutes plus time on doesn't go very long at all.
One goal the difference, one straight kick. Can the Blues do it? They've got field position. Can someone be the hero? Here we go. Joyce, he's been huge today. Oh, Brand, diving, slips catch, can't complete it. The Bond player's wrapped up, but no prior opportunity will have a ball up.
Brand's taken some good marks today. Joyce has been huge. I think he's been fantastic for Coolangatta. He's doing everything he can to win the game for them.
Ball's thrown up.
There he is again, Joyce.
Dennehy's good in the ruck there. Got it, just thumped it forward.
So this is all Bond need to do. Stoppage after stoppage, contest after contest. They don't have to try to win the game from where they're positioned on the ground at the moment. They just need to lock the ball up.
Here we go. Play on's the call. It's pretty hot in the kitchen there. No time at all once you get your hands on it. All the players, there's a big... You could throw a blanket over about 15 players there. So up they go. Don't want to be giving away a free kick either in this position.
This is perfect for Bond. Stoppage after stoppage. Keeping it locked down on the outside. Make sure there's no free runners if the ball was to spill out, but just lock that ball in.
Big Lanham goes up, bumps it. There's a good kick just out to the boundary side. Smith worries his opponent out of it. Oh, it's deemed a push.
Free kick, but as long as Bond get numbers behind the ball now, Coolangatta, they're just going to try and get the ball inside 50. Oh, that could have been 50. No.
Well, the crowd appealing for it.
Umpire kept his composure, didn't get caught up in the moment.
Isaac Ruff just got thrown over his head, but play on's the call. So he's put it out to the fat side. Players fly up. Oh, it's a good defensive mark there.
Enders has gone behind
Guess
the ball.
who? Enders. Well done by the key forward. Just parked himself. He's got a good set of jukes. Here he goes. He pumps it out to the near side, our commentary position. Play on's the call. The Bond have got numbers at ground level. They get a handball over the back. Smith gets the quick kick. It's a one-on-one. What's going to happen here? Quick handball in. Just misses the target. The players run past it. They get it over the back, Bond.
Nick Scott's running into open goal if they can get it over the back.
Players are streaming forward.
Can someone be clean here, or can Cooley counteract? Play on's the call. The time is ticking as well. Bond will be happy with it in this area. They'll take another stoppage.
Well, this is where Bond, they can get caught up in trying to kick another goal, and they don't need to. They just need to stop the game. They only need to stop the game. They don't want to get too far forward. They want to make sure they're in a good defensive position if Cooley were able to get possession of the football.
Well, they've got the extra back now, Bond. They've got one behind the ball. Here we go.
Here.
Quick snap by Archie Prime. It's over the back. They're going to get a shot here.
Oh,
it's a goal! It's a goal! Jack Avage has kicked the goal. That could be the sealer.
I reckon that's it. That's the game, Jules, I reckon.
It could be the sealer in the QFA 2025 Division 2 Grand Final, where they were good enough to transition a ball up the ground, the Bull Sharks. Cooley did everything in their power to stop it, but it was just sheer will and some clean hands there by Jack Avage, who was able to finish. I thought he was going to get run down. He took his time, but that composure's everything, isn't it, Maury? And he had some of it there and was able to snap it over the shoulder for a goal. So 7-13-55 to Cooley 6-7-43. It's 2 goals of difference.
They've been fantastic in this extra time. Bond, Cooley have thrown everything at him, especially in this second period of time on. But I reckon they've done enough now. The 2-goal lead is going to be hard to get back.
Big boys go up. Watson gets it forward. Lanyon tries to run onto it. I have to be strong here. Bodies crash in there. Brand gets it forward. Someone on the end of this. The Bond player works his way in front. Unlucky not. He does get the free kick. So they should be able to wind the clock down now. And a 50-metre penalty. A little bit of undisciplined stuff there.
That's it, I reckon.
I think that's it. You're right. Wow. Unbelievable scenes here with an extra time grand final. It's been a pleasure to call. The Coolangatta players are out on their feet. They've given everything. They've given absolutely everything and should hold their heads up high. But when it mattered in the extra time, Bond just had that little bit more composure. And things like Miles Enders getting behind the ball and taking a match-saving mark and getting his team going forward again. It was a fantastic, jubilant scenes here as the Bond players all rush in. It's their first flag since 2019. Joyous scenes. And for the Blues, well, they won one last year. They were trying to go back-to-back. They got lots of fans here and definitely not disgraced, but an extra time game. And we'll just run through the goal kickers. And we have the Bond Bull Sharks. The only multiple goal scorer was Nicholas Francis, the vice-captain, with 2. Miles Enders had numerous shots, but just with the 1 goal. Archie Prime, Matthew Smith and Jed Cold. And for the Blues, Lanyon and Jordan Frew and Seamus Robertson had 2 each. So what a way to finish off the QFA Division 2 season, Brad Moore. And who's your pick for the best on ground play today, Brad?
Oh, there was a number of players that played outstanding games of footy today. Oh, look, I've privileged to come and watch this and been able to commentate today. Both teams threw everything at it. I feel for Cooley, like I said at the start of this, the extra time, that one team's going to be heartbroken today and one team's going to be absolutely ecstatic. I'm rapt for Kane Ford, a past player of mine, coached at Surfers Paradise, to go into his first year of coaching and take Bond to a premiership. But nothing to take away from Cooley as well. They were really gallant today. I thought at times they had dominance in the game. But Bond, in the end, just were able to kick those goals. There was nothing between the two sides. They both had their great players. I thought Joyce for Cooley was outstanding. He gave everything he possibly could. Their captain, Lanyon, was fantastic as well. Nick Dennehy played well. But for Bond, I think the second half move of putting Lanham into the ruck really was pivotal for Bond. I thought he was dominant in the ruck in the second half and was a fantastic player. And their vice-captain, Nicholas Francis, I thought he was outstanding. He's kicked 2 goals. He's obviously led from the front as well. So those were my 3 guys that I thought were in my top 3. But you could have thrown a blanket. I thought Burrows Sheng's first half was outstanding. He was best on ground by half-time. I think he might have had a bit of a niggling injury into the second half, maybe a corky. But to both teams, credit to both of them. They've put on a great spectacle for the spectators here. Unfortunate for Cooley to go down, but full congratulations to Kane Ford and the Bond Uni senior men's team.
Yeah, and we've got a situation we might even have a player on the losing team win the grand final medal, Maury. But like you mentioned, with Joyce, probably the best player from the Coolangatta perspective. Lanyon was huge for Bond Uni. Along with, I thought Enders was good all day, just didn't capitalise on all his shots. We'll see how this plays out, but unbelievable scenes here with extra time. We've been treated to a fantastic game this afternoon, thanks to all our umpires and officials, and both teams are putting on such a display. We've still got one to go this evening with the women, with the Tweed Coast Tigers down the highway taking on again the Coolangatta Blues. So we'll look forward to that one. But for now, we'll let the presentation proceed. And from Brad Moore and myself, good afternoon. Thank you.
thank our umpires for today as it is playing final and keep. It's a big event to be in a grand final as an umpire as well. We would like to take the time to acknowledge our statewide umpiring partner, Bradley's Windows and Doors. So without further ado, our umpires for today, Winterfield, Ben Cousins, Ray Agnew and Harry Heller. Boundary umpire, Brian Anderson, Lions. Our goal umpires who well and truly earned their money today, and Christopher Boyle. And emergency field umpire Jed Gregory and third scorer Andrew Taylor. Please join me in thanking today's grand final umpires. Thanking today's umpires. Now to today's best on ground in the grand final. It is voted on by a three-person panel on a 3-2-1 basis, and it was very tight today. Obviously both sides going right to the wire. Without further ado, today's best on ground from Bond University, number 40, Josh Ladden. Unfortunately, on grand final day, there is always a runner-up. But after a great season, we'd like to invite Coolangatta coach Pearce Sandling forward to say a few words on behalf of the runner-up. Very proud of you. What a turnaround. 4 weeks ago, we didn't expect to be here to put up the best team in the comp and to run it for the time. So we'll go back to the drawing board and we will definitely be back to the I'd now like to call forward Premiership coach of the Bond University of Sharks, Dave Ford, to receive the match for you and say a few words on behalf of the team. I just want to start off by thanking Billy, of course. What a great final to go the extra time. To be honest, I said to the boys before, I need to go to the court in half time, and then made it overtime. But honestly, yeah, seriously, put up to us in 4 quarters. I expected it, to be honest, it was raining 10 years, so I expected nothing less, so we'll be back as it always was, so well done. All the umpires, sponsors, everything like that, thanks for putting this down together, of course. But most importantly, to the 22 boys, or even the whole squad of 50, 60 boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's my first year in this role. It's just, I couldn't imagine it going any other way. Like, it's just an absolute perfect year. It's because of you boys. You just buy in and you just absolutely ripping people, and that's first and foremost. So, well done, boys. You bloody deserve this. presents our premiers with their medallions. So premiership side hit number 1, starting with number 3, Nick Bear. Number 4, Nick Scott. Number 5, Wyatt Bacon. Number 6, Will King. Number 7, Sam Owen. Number 8, Kyle Enders. Number 9, Jack Hamid. Number 10, Nicholas Francis. Number 12, Archie Price. Number 14, Ned Spiden. Number 15, Flynn Aiken. Number 16, Tommy Bennett. Number 20, Oscar Pledge. Number 22, Jackson Ferris. Number 26, Matthew Lescu. Number 29, Matthew Smith. Number 30, Oliver Burrows. Number 40, Robert Storm Brown, West London. Number 46, Ned Betts. Number 55, Jed Cole. And finally, World Captain number 1, Daniel Wilson. I'll ask Daniel to stay on stage and invite Kane back to the stage. I'll ask Mark to make an official handover the Premiership Cup and pennant for the QFA Division Full South Senior Premiers for 2025 on University. We will shortly be underway with the QFA Youth South League match. Can we please ask all the spectators to please be making your way? Thank you, Uncle. Enjoy celebrations off there as we look to get